Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and welcome. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. As you join us, let's share the show. Please, let's share the show. As you join us, let's share the show. Oh, let's share the show. Let's share the show. As you join us, let's share the show. Let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's share the show, folks. It's good to be back. It feels really, really good. Let's share the show. Folks, let's share the show. I hear they say that Father Day, eh? I just laugh. They say that Father Day, eh? They say that Father Day was important. I didn't let them see it, they didn't know that a Father Day. Yeah. God really get patient with some of you. Father Day. They celebrating Father Day in some area and I see some of you and I even talking anything about Father Day. I see you acting like you don't know what's up. You don't know what time it is. You share the show for. I know Monk is watching. Monk, please, man. That video. Can you please? I can't for some reason. You just okay. Monk. Let me see. Let's see Sonny Monk. I think Monk want to share a video here really quick. Let me get to it. Y'all share the show, please. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We'll have Chairman represent the most ability to join us in the conversation here, but let's share the show in the meantime, please. Let's share the show in the meantime. We're begging you. Let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show now, please. Let's share the show now. Yeah, let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show. Mark, I don't know, man. Somebody. Yeah, let's share the show. Folks, give me 1 second. I want to do something here real quick. I want to make sure that the right thing I got here. Yeah, let's share the Okay, let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show, please. Let's see. Let's share the show. And as you are joining us, let us know where you're following us from, please. Let's play this quick video. We have no copyright to this. Let's play this quick video. Quick. Okay. We want to.
From a country south of the Sahara, and the first since Ghana obtained its independence in 1957. At the same time, today is the logical consequence of a lengthy development because relations between Switzerland and Ghana have for decades been characterized by mutual respect. Not every connection between our two countries can be deduced at first glance. Take the gold freneli, or I can translate the traditional gold coin and the chocolate coins, both products that every child here grows up with and which are considered typically Swiss. But neither would exist without gold and cocoa, which we import on a large scale from Ghana. It is quite simple. We need the raw materials, and you have the raw materials. The resulting trade and business should benefit both countries. This principle is part of mutual respect. Gold and cocoa can create work and wealth in both countries.
Excellency the President and members of the Federal Council, I've had the privilege of visiting Switzerland several times since becoming President of the Republic of Ghana. My last visit was to Davos nearly a month ago, where I participated in the 50th anniversary meeting of the World Economic Forum. At the invitation of its founder and executive chairman, the world-renowned Professor Klaus Schwab. Happily, it is much warmer here in Bern. I thank President Simonetta Sommaruga, head of the 7-member Federal Council, for the honor of this state visit and for the opportunity to make this brief statement in the Federal Assembly, Switzerland's 2-century-old House of Parliament. Excellencies of the Federal Council, relations between our two countries date back to the 19th century, when the Basel missionaries arrived in the then Gold Coast, now Ghana, to undertake evangelical work. The missionaries pioneered the establishment of educational institutions across the country, including our first agricultural school at Akropong, my paternal hometown, in the eastern region of the country. Indeed, my own late father, President of Ghana's Second Republic, who was deeply imbued with the Presbyterian attributes of discipline, industry, integrity, and thrift, was a famous product of Akropon's celebrated Salem School. They are also credited with the establishment of health facilities, including a missionary hospital at Agogo in the Ashanti region, and were instrumental in the spread of the cultivation of cocoa, a commodity which has been for the last century the mainstay of the Ghanaian economy. The Christian community in Ghana is greatly indebted to the Basel missionaries, who are also responsible for the translation of the Bible from English into two of the main Ghanaian languages, and who have been accorded due honor by us. The names of Inter Elios, Andreas Rees, Johannes Gottlieb Christeler, and Fritz Ramsayer continue to reverberate in our history and collective memory. I've also personally benefited from these very good relations, because the first European head of state to visit Ghana when I assumed office as the 5th president of Ghana's 4th Republic on 7 January 2017 was your 91st president, Her Excellency Mrs. Doris Leuthard. Excellencies, in recent times, the ties of friendship and cooperation between our two countries have grown even stronger. Technical and financial assistance from the Swiss government, which have provided to the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, have helped it carry out its activities and achieve its vision of becoming the preferred center on the continent for training, education, and research in matters of African peace and security. Again, in September 2014, the Swiss government provided assistance to Ghana, which helped ensure that the country did not record a single case of Ebola, the virus which unfortunately ravaged some neighboring countries in West Africa. In May 2017, our two countries signed a $2.6 million United States remittance grant facility to help lower the cost of remitting money to Ghana. Ghana is currently Switzerland's largest trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa, largely from the export of gold and cocoa to Switzerland and the import of chemical and pharmaceutical products, as well as light machinery and military equipment from Switzerland. However, as I have stated on occasion, Ghana no longer wants to be dependent on the production and export of raw materials, including cocoa beans. We intend to process more and more of our cocoa in our country with the aim of producing more chocolate ourselves, because we believe that there can be no future prosperity for the Ghanaian people in the short, medium, or long term if we continue to maintain economic structures that are dependent on the production and export of raw materials. We intend to add value to our raw materials, industrialize and enhance agricultural productivity. This is the best way we can put Ghana at the high end of the value chain in the global marketplace and create jobs for the teeming masses of Ghanaians. It is for this reason that my government continues to put in place a number of measures aimed at attracting investment into Ghana, as well as stimulating growth of the private sector. We have succeeded over the last 3 years in ensuring that all our macroeconomic indices are pointing in the right direction. Cut our fiscal deficit, introduced a monetary policy that is stabilizing the currency and reducing significantly the cost of borrowing, and have introduced a raft of tax cuts which are bringing relief to and encouraging businesses. These interventions have led to Ghana recording an annual GDP average growth rate of 7% since 2017, making us consistently one of the world's fastest growing economies during the period. We are one of the most business-friendly economies in Africa, evidenced in our status as the largest recipient of foreign direct investment in West Africa. Ghana has also been selected to host the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area, a market of some 1.2 billion people with a combined GDP of US 3 trillion American dollars. It is the world's largest free trade area since the formation of the World Trade Organization. Our goal is to make Ghana the hub of trade in Africa, and thus serving notice on Swiss investors to take advantage of the growing business-friendly climate in Ghana and of our unique position as host of the AFCFTA Secretariat to set up joint venture enterprises in our country and thereby access this huge market that the free trade area presents. Excellencies, Madam President, I'm pleased to inform you that our country is fully committed to a democratic present and future, where respect for individual liberties and human rights, the rule of law, and the principles of democratic accountability are at the core of our body politic. Ghana stands shoulder to shoulder with Switzerland in our joint determination to promote and protect human rights across the globe. I'm hopeful that as we shape the future of Ghana and position Ghanaian enterprises to compete effectively on the world stage, we have friends such as the Swiss Confederation to support us in this objective. We are determined in Ghana to ensure that succeeding generations of Ghanaians do not become victims or pawns of the international economic order, but her beneficiaries. Indeed, the project is a Ghana beyond aid, a Ghana which has discarded a mindset of dependency, aid, charity, and handouts, and is charting a path of self-reliance in her progress, fashioned out of the intelligent and disciplined use of her considerable human and material resources.
That's visionary leadership right there.
Folks, welcome to SKTV. Happy Sunday. It's good to be back. I am 100% fully. Like my board, thank you very much, will say, I bounced back.
They may got a power saw. They may want only a power saw to call wood in, I don't know, far away.
I'm trying to reach out to, I'm trying to reach out to my board to see if he put his head together.
Thank you very much.
But I know for a fact that maybe he got his stuff. So, but anyway, folks, welcome to the show. Welcome to this edition. We have Chairman Representative Musa Bilede joining us here. We're hearing Monk from the back there. Good to be back. Happy Sunday. I'm sorry I've been off for a little bit these few days, but like I said, I'm back. My board in the voice of my board. Thank you very much. I'm bounced back.
You bounced back, man, for another edition.
But anyway, my man, what's up, Monk? What's
man, it's a great day in the Twin Cities, man. The weather is nice here, blazing hot. Not too hot, but we'll still take it, like I keep saying all the time. And it's good to be alive. Today is Sunday, Father's Day. We with the fathers, I mean, it's our special day today. And all the
why you even announcing Father's Day? You not see anyone of the people that posting Father's Day?
Yeah, no posing. No, that's one thing about it.
Yeah. When you see the disrespect we can be talking about, you see something. But we not got a problem with that one. Anyway, Lebon, where's the story, brother?
Here go. Look, you know, I'm waiting for Sebu to come up because I have the two pre-birthday kings with me.
I mean, and just so,
Look, I am sitting among the high table, so I had to reduce my height. So, Steve, Representative Monk, let me say happy pre-birthday to the two of you. Indeed, Steve comes on Tuesday. Maybe some of you wouldn't know. Hopefully, on Tuesday, by the grace of God, Steve will be newborn baby. You know, easy. Steve
on the same day. Look, remember, you're confusing the thing. Me and Mom were born on the same day, the same month.
Oh, yeah?
If you really look at it for two, that the same year.
And you know one thing, our birthday usually come on a Tuesday and a Thursday since I've been knowing myself.
Wow, that's good.
I can tell the last time our birthday fell.
So Father Day, wait.
That's good. I'm hearing you.
So no, listen. If I the whole Father Day thing, it will be throughout the whole month. If you like I said the whole year, you all need to what it go. But we gotta see somewhere. Anyway, gentlemen, happy Father Day to both of you. no, let me tell you something. We not need women to say Happy Father's Day. Let them go say Happy Mother's Day to each other. We're not worried about that one. But we'll be here next year. We'll be here next year. That's one knows we'll bring behind it. But anyway, Melbourne, quickly, my man, quickly today, we got plenty of time. We want to get into the conversation. But before we get into the conversation, Melbourne, you know, I've been seeing a lot of social things that been happening while I was away for a little bit. I heard about Yes Daddy. You know, sometimes that's why we, as Christians, we can get into the conversation early on because our own religion. We need to ensure that we are setting a clear path. We're having a clear conversation about it, right? I heard about Yes Daddy. You know, I'm also hearing about Mandela Cooper and the Day Man and the other one. No, we come back to the same thing we have been saying over Maple. We have come back to the same exact thing we have said over and over. Let me say this to you wherever you are. Get vexed with me. Take attitude. Do what you want to do. But here is the truth of the matter. Here is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is nobody owe you any loyalty when it comes to man, woman, business. If you got your standard, keep your standard in your house. Keep it in your head. That's your standard. If you look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something today. And I can be clear and straight on it. Let me tell you something. This thing, why you think that when you set boundaries or when you set expectation, other people got to uphold it, it's a myth. It's not realistic. Nobody is responsible to uphold your boundaries you set or your standards you set. No way. Nobody. They're not nobody's responsibility. They're not nobody's responsibility. If you can do something, other people can do it. And if they do it, it's okay for you to get disappointed, but for you to make it look like that's someone trouble the person take and they can't do what they want. They're supposed to do that when you're wasting your time. You wasting your time. You wasting your time. So let me say it on this clear station here. You leave Mandela Cooper alone. You leave her alone. Some of you are even doing worse than Mandela Cooper. You are hypocrites. Some of you yelling around, you're doing worse than that. You have done worse than that. You go sit down. You know, remember on the scripture we're talking about Matthew 7, and you were talking about someone on scripture before we get into the pastor, Stony, quick, because we got to get in the conversation.
Yes, this morning you and I were talking about judge not. Because, you know, these are kind of scripture that people run with. Judge not, so you can't be judged. So sometimes when the interpretations or the understanding are not really given, then our people, they get confused. So I say about them, I think you and another business monk, you need to explain something or maybe tell us exactly.
Quickly, Mark, I don't know if you have that scripture. It's in Matthew 7. And the good thing about it is that Jesus himself was speaking because in your Bible, it is red. Anywhere Jesus speaks in the Bible is red. It's colored red. It's colored red. And so I want you to look in your Bible and see that scripture where you talk about judge not, so that ye will not be judged. And you know, most pastors and most Christians use that as a means to run around and give themselves a hard time. Oh, you can't judge us, and you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. So, Mark, I don't know if you're there.
I'm here.
Can you, that Matthew 7, I don't know if you get it, I beg you. I just one or two passages from it.
Hold on. 1 second here. Matthew 7, what?
Matthew 7, when you start from verse 1.
All right. Let me go quick from the New International Version.
Yeah, Jeff, what they call that thing quick. And I want because most of our people, you know, they don't get it here. They go up in here, they get inside.
Yeah, they go up in here, they don't read. That the problem.
Yeah, the pastor, if your pastor can read Bible for you, interpret for you, go sit down somewhere. You're not serious. You're not ready yet. Yeah. If your pastor can read the Bible and interpret for you, you're wasting your time. You're a waste product in the kingdom of God.
Yeah,
you know, go sit down.
It's a judge not that you may not be judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged, and with what measure you met, it shall be measured unto you again. And why beholdest thou that moist, that is the brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in his own eyes? That's verse 1 to 3 I just read. It's very short.
So when you go down further, when you go down further, it even talks about, it even say Jesus clarify what he meant by that judge not be judged. First of all, when you look at the word judge for true, whether from a Hebrew translation or from other translation, the truth of the matter is it speaks about judges, lawyers, and so forth. So the issue of judge in this context, Jesus was not actually talking about human beings judging each other because we're not able to judge each other. No, we're not. So If you go down a little bit more to read, you will find out that Jesus was even telling those Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the church people that they were hypocrites, that they had their own problems in their homes, and planks. For example, you get an example. It's the planks were in their eyes. Then take it from the neighbors. About now, for the Christian who say we can't criticize the pastor, we can't judge the pastor, whatever it is. First of all, the guy who passes around with funny hair on his head, the place I know say you're not serious in that country. Look at the man hair on his head first. Look at the man hair on his head. It tells you that the man is not even a serious-minded man. You get a man who dresses like he lost his mind. And all of you flock in, follow that man. You serious? Look, let me tell you, do you know the way you dress, how people address you in most cases? Do you know that?
Yeah. Your dress is your first impression.
To prove to the Christian to prove to all that scripture we're not really about judging. And to prove to you that we have the right to rebuke that joker you call pastor or prophet number one in Liberia. That joke and that joker you got there, you're passing the wrong way. To prove to you, look at Proverbs 27. What did he say? What did Proverbs 27 say? That will show you that they show you we can be diverse. And for the record, the Hebrew
27 what?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. The Hebrew translation for that word judge is actually shofet. It's spelled S-H-O-F-E-T. Go research it and look it up. The Hebrew word in the translation actually has to do with judges or whatever it is. So that when you're passing around and judge not so that you not be judged or whatever it is. Let me tell you something. When you go and act foolish in the church, we'll call you out. They're not judgment. What are you talking? We'll rebuke you. So that scripture, let's look at that scripture. It talks about open rebuke, right?
Yeah.
Say something about open rebuke.
You talking about Proverbs 27?
Yeah, let's read verse 5 and 6. Let's just look at verse 5 quickly so that we can see.
Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Open rebuke is better than what?
Yeah, so the Bible is telling you not to even call them out. Because
the Bible said that joker that was standing with her and they were talking, yes, daddy, that he's an idiot. Or certified, bona fide, and he's confident in his idiocy. He's an idiot. And Yahoo in it, look, you know the one I heard me.
And listen to verse 6.
Go ahead, Mom. Read verse 6.
It says, faithfuls are the wound of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. So you want to call them out.
Thank you. Look, let me tell you something today. Yahoo in Liberia and in Christianity today, what they call that group that they get in Liberia? I know Christian.
The charismatic, the new movement.
No, I know different titles in the past. No Bella-driven men, and they are discussing men. Don't want to get it's a Christian council, a traditional council. What a council they got?
Oh, the Interfamiliation Council.
The religious leader one.
The religious
council.
Yeah, the religious council. Let me say it to the religious council. Most of you in your quest to feed your bellies, to deceive our people, most of you are dangerously destroying our people, and you are destroying our religion in our country. And shame on any man of God, any woman of God that has not spoken openly to rebuke that joker that were talking foolishness with confidence. You're bringing the council of churches. You're bringing disgrace to the Christian religion in that country. Let me tell you it today. And if we don't speak out, some of us the way we are speaking out, time will come when Christians open their mouth in our country, they'll say, you're going to sit down somewhere. You're not a serious group of people. You're a bunch of jokers. And that's how it's starting. Yeah. And I'm seeing some of my brothers and sisters who are strong Christians, who are believers, who stand for what is right. They are mute and they're quiet. That in itself, that complacency, and you are enabling this thing. We all need to put our voices together and speak out. Yeah. This man is a liar and a joker. And you know he's in a constant habit of doing that. And look, oh man, oh monk. Our people are dying willingly, both in Liberia and in America. With these people leading, some of these people leading them. How can you sit there and allow a God to come and dupe all of you guys? Allow a God to just allow people to just dupe all of y'all. And you're sitting there and nobody can stand up to, okay, let's talk about the politics. Maybe you're afraid that the government will come after you or whatever it is. So in the church too, you can rebuke the pastor or the man of God when the man's behaving. You don't know what to speak? I don't understand. How can an entire nation just be like a bunch of mumu just passing around? How? Look, we'll make no progress operating like this, my people. We'll make no progress. In fact, the church is supposed to be the first place that will stand up against each other. The church is supposed to be the place that will correct these mistakes and will set the place on trajectory, on a right trajectory, so that today or tomorrow, when we decide to criticize government, at least we finish checking our back. But our pastor then, our deacon, that's why I openly call on Joseph Human Boaga to step down as a deacon. And I call on the Baptist church to ask him to step down or revoke that deaconship from him and let him go do a politics where he lied and being a trickster. When we say we don't respect the religion and we're talking about the religion, me, I will not shy away because I'm a Christian. I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to stop.
Yes. So quickly to that, Steve, let me just add you up to that also. The Apostle Paul, right? Once upon a time, some of the Bible story that will be followed. Apostle Paul, when you were in Corinth, I think similar situation like this, maybe something like that happened where a young guy or a young guy were loving or were having some sexual intercourse with his father's wife, and they were in a church. So when the information started to leak out, other people that were not certified, they start to inform Paul about it, and Paul said, "Okay, I'm going to investigate this and see whether it's true." And when Paul, after he had found out that yes, this thing was going on, he cried onto the church and said, "Why would you sit here and allow this kind of a situation to happen? And you boasting of it, oh, the young will get it, oh, the old get it young." And that's how they were behaving. So Paul said, "Okay, since that is the case, we will turn you over to settle." So sometimes, yeah.
Make more. Let me tell you today, to you and more, maybe more can add up before we move on to the next conversation. You know why the government is acting the way the government is acting? Because the church itself is lukewarm. Many churches, the pastors, most of our pastors, spiritual leaders and spiritual head in Liberia and out of Liberia, most of them, they're unserious. They're a bunch of crooks, belly-driven. They themselves don't even know what they're doing. They're passing around talking about God call them. How can you be pastor and you see medicine, man? How can you be pastor and you go to juju, man? What sense does that make? But not only that, the pastor themselves lack knowledge. The thing what they're preaching, they don't even know what they're talking. They look for the part in the Bible that suit them so that they can collect money for people, manipulate people, brainwash people, and then they also use charms and juju in order to come around to make people to subject themselves to them. They do that. They use charm and juju on our people. I want to say to our people, to the Liberian people, whether you're watching the diaspora or from back home, especially those of you who are back home, you are slaves in your churches. It's time for you to ask your pastors to give the monthly report for the church. Ask your pastor to do that. You will not be sinning. And if the pastor refuses to do that, call the authority in the church. The churches need to be responsible. The churches must be held accountable and responsible. Look, you can report for the offering, monthly report, and what the monies are used for. Another thing, when you go to church on Sunday or the Bible study or whatever day, challenge your pastor, ask your pastors questions. In fact, the first place you need to understand yourself, download Bible on your phone. Move all the church for the app them. And those stupid app them are not benefiting your life. Move all the drama app them. Create space, download Bible on your phone. It's free to download. Read Bible. Stop going to church like a mumu and the pastor is reading and interpreting for you. And whatever he says, that when you go back, imagine somebody looking at somebody who not born. Somebody you don't even call your part daddy. You go call out God who call your hell like he crazy daddy.
The man has to look at that. The man has to look at that. The woman can be saying that fraffy in that bucket, the way they can make that car and put in that head, how the man has to look at that.
What kind of groom man call your hell like that? Like a crazy man. And your pastor, right? All of you following that man are looking like something wrong with him mentally. When we say it, y'all say, oh, and you let me tell you something. If you say I'm judging the pastor, I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is we need to stand up to these people. Look, that's why the politicians, do you know that the politicians don't respect no pastor in that country or no men of God? They're not even afraid of them. They don't respect them. Most of the pastors, they don't, because the pastors are in their pockets. Those pastors, most of them in the politician, their pockets. No pastor then sit and watch no foolish, some of those foolish pastors then from Nigeria. Speaking, look, we are in a deplorable state where the church is like a trash. Where the church is like a trash, and you expect the government to operate like a sand place. My man, Lauren, what's going on? I see you eating your dash face. Nobody here to tell you thank you, daddy, or yes, daddy. We're not what they're going, because the fully pastor and you're passing the wrong way in our country there. Instead of you going after politicians, and the pastor then you need to go after first. And the pastor then you need to go accountable in your church, because where you go, you'll be shouting, you'll be carrying all the Google food in there. Some of you can starve your children there, you know.
And that's the thing, right, Steve? Just imagine one community with 50 churches.
And then you know what I can say?
So,
you know what I can say?
I'm still trying to pitch up as to what we really want to achieve.
You know what I can say? Oh, the body of Christ is under attack. Let me tell you something. The body of Christ needs to be under attack. The body of Christ, what is body for? What is body so before? Body so just like that later. If you publicly ridicule the body of Christ, we will put it under attack. When you go and cut your hair like an idiot, like somebody who lost their mind, like a Zogo, guess what? The body of Christ will be under attack because you're not representing the body of Christ. In fact, I lied to you when you're talking about the body of Christ. The body of Christ is not under attack. You know who under attack? That your stupidity under attack, that your foolishness under attack. Now that body of Christ. Jesus finished getting off on the grave in heaven, that your bodies will be under attack. You're not serious and you're not ready in that country. In fact, Jesus said, know some of your need. Jesus cares about some of you. You got people that die in Gaza, you got Israelites and dying. Jesus not go there. They fight in Syria war. Jesus not go there. That you're in what somebody collecting your father and you're making that person wearing different suit all day. That who told you the body of Christ under attack? The body of Christ is not under attack when we have a crook or scammer and a criminal as a pastor in the church that duping you. No, the body of Christ not under attack. Christ not even in our church. Going on there. That medicine men, that BMs, that witchcrafts, and that scammers you're operating on. Can you stand in a country, in a church, and no wonder why the politician got the audacity. You know what the Bible says in Romans? That the church is upon the shoulder of the government is upon the shoulder of Jesus. So if in Romans, in Isaiah, now if the government is upon the shoulder of Jesus, that means the Christians need to behave themselves so that they can hold the government accountable. That's why the government don't respect anyone. That's why you got Dara Dillon and can just move from church and talk foolishness. Ain't Jackie for trying lie. Dara Dillon Jackie for trying lie. Senator Dara Dillon today lied to you. He Jackie for church. They got no fear. In fact, your pastor, then some of them, do you know some of your pastors are part of the Messianic group, then the funny group there? Go check on the hand and get BB Rena on the homosexual there. Some of your pastors then are bought brothers. Let me tell you today, if you don't know, some of them more than they're pretending because you sending money in the church and you pay money to them. They know their husband, they know what they go with them. Their husband and another put them on a wife, their boyfriend. They are bought brothers. Some of the pastors that introduce a young boy and they're sleeping with them. That I want you to sit down on. That government, you want who accountable. You hold the church accountable first. If I were in that government, if I'm in government, if I'm in the House of Representatives, I will make sure we pass a bill. All religious people, we will make sure it is well structured. If not so, we close those call you down churches. Don't fully churches and are passing it right in the country there, where you get a bunch of churches, but the problem there more than the solution. Every day they're saying anointing, or they're saying the order, or they're saying that order, or they're saying the order. What kind of foolishness is that? That's why the country looks.
Steve, you know what? During the COVID-19, there was a pastor who went on the air, man. And I'll tell you, remember that no, we'll get a sample again because of the COVID, but you can say and order my mobile money. So I started laughing. I said, well, the prayer to you will send a prayer to on the member their mobile money.
So even to that, okay, yeah, go ahead, Lawrence.
You know, Steve, actually, the way some of our people are running these churches nowadays make people weak. Because if you read the Bible tells you, let your light shine before men, so that they will see your good way and glorify your Father in heaven. Let your light shine. That identical part of the scripture. I don't know what these men again reading. Some of them only after deliverance. Whole day you go in a church and the Lord say, in fact, tomorrow you will travel. You will do the. You telling somebody you will travel. You stay in Liberia, they suffering country. Yeah, you telling somebody say tomorrow you will travel. You go to America. They man a whole story. Still we know it. We know it in the country. We know them a whole level. Somebody man, if you go for prayer, some of the people who go for prayer, they don't know. The first thing you go see somebody sitting right from the pastor or the prayer mother door. You go sit down there and you explain your prayer. Oh, you know, I get it one. In less than 15 minutes, that person will disappear. Behind the building, there's a room. The person will pass and go explain your story to the mother. Say, oh, they got one of my brother. He got so caught out. The moment you enter that room, the mother start to narrate everything to you. Say, oh, but I found Jesus.
We know that small boy and sleeping with some of them. They're wasting their time. Don't pray more than that serious minded people. By the way, Mongla here from before move on here.
For me, one thing I know, talk about the church or religion, I know the one thing that religion was meant to keep society in check. Religion comes with certain code that human beings should live by. That's why they say, or civil society. When we talk about the entire government, the church is supposed to be setting an example in the society that even that the government is supposed to look up to. They are some of the leaders within the society. So if you got a proliferation of churches and mosques in our country, that you passing on every street corner, and the society is not getting better, then there is a need to start shutting some of them down. Because the reason why they exist is no longer relevant anymore. Let me tell you something, brother. In the late 90s and early 2000s, growing up in Liberia, let's say my high school days, I knew the Council of Churches and the Interfaith Mediation Council. I'm talking about the likes of Archbishop Marco Francis, that Kula, or Jeremiah Walker, Toya Davis, and Sheikh Kafuma Kone, and all these people. These guys at that time, I don't know whether it's a generational shift that the country it just keep getting worse every 5 to 10 years. I don't know, because during my time in Liberia, I know those guys were not a regular guys. I'm not saying they were perfect, but their lifestyle is exemplified. They were the ones standing up to leader and telling them, you know what, they're nonsense. It can just happen. But I am yet to see a single leader or religious leader. Your church don't have to be big. You don't need a most congregation. You don't need 10,000 people in your church. But if you know you believe in the truth and you stand for the truth and you see there's nonsense happening in Liberia, you guys need to come out and say it. Because at the end of the day, it's becoming a narrative that the vast majority of you are in it for yourself. The society is not benefiting anymore. You have no morals. You cannot talk about the people that honor money in the church, and you just sit there and allow them to happen. Even for the common that in the mosque. Some of you guys know,
all they want to do is to make noise in people's ear all day. Say they're speaking in tongue, shouting, talking foolishness that they don't even know, most of them. Just repeating themselves. Some of them can be chanting and be invoking demonic spirits among them and funny spirits, because they're chanting and talking about the tongue being. Someday we'll have time to really delve into the whole issue of speaking in tongue so that we can educate and inform some of you freely. You understand? We can educate and inform some of you. We can educate and inform some of you very freely. Look, Mom, let me tell you something. Let me just give you a typical example. I'm not saying people can pray. In this country, the icon that the black people have, the big man that the black people have and they look up to in this country, the man who we can celebrate his birthday, the man who we can have holiday nationally in this country for. Just one man, he was a reverend, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a reverend. He not praying and just read Bible. Martin Luther King led people to force the American government to give rights to black people when they were oppressed, and other people, not only black people, other people, the civil rights. Yes. But what are the men of God doing? As a winger, them pass around chatting or getting one old car. Senator, as a winger talking. And that's the same as a winger that said in 2018, when we created that job, we have some all with that. As a winger, and I'm not dying. And I'm not dying in general, brother. Just so you know. Maybe that you will die first. And when you die, I will come to your funeral and drink coffee on your funeral. Because that foolishness that you're doing, you're not serious in that country. You're supposed to be standing up against government. What time you not see? Look, the three missing boys. Did you see any pastor, any gather to speak against that? Girls, that girl that most recently that was killed, Princess.
Yeah.
Did you see any church gather to go there and stay in solidarity with the family?
The auditors.
The auditors. Did you see any church leader or anybody? I hear some joker can call me on the phone and tell me, oh, you know, let's just pray the Lord will change the country. I say, you're not ready yet. Your mind and your power pray the same foolishness going on.
Yeah.
You stand up and start wasting your time speaking in tongue and talking foolishness with no sense inside. The two you're talking, you don't even know what you're talking. You're just repeating yourself redundantly. And when we say these things, people get very with us. People need to stand up. If you want change, look, let me tell you something. Nothing is given to you free in life. You must fight for what you want. So our church leaders, the religious community, me, I'm talking to church people, and I'm Muslim, and I'm here to talk about Muslim people. And I'm hypocrite. And I'm going to talk about Muslim people until I can deal with my church people. I'm not a hypocrite. In fact, that's what Jesus was talking about in Matthew 7. That we leave our own problem, then we turn to other people. Oh, you're not going to get Muslim holiday. Because you intimidated, you have Islamic phobia. And you pass around and you say the church people, what the church people can do. Most of your pastors, them, maybe 99% of your pastors in the country, they're all crooks, criminals, BMs, they're in the pocket of the government. As we speak now, why the Baptist church can revoke Joseph Boakai or something? Because you know what? The Reverend or the Baptist bishop rather have Joseph Boakai as deacon so he can get a tattoo on him, or the church can get a tattoo and Joseph Boakai can come and sit down in the church and sleep. And put time offering a woman getting some kind of medicine and 2 to wake him up. What kind of disgrace and shameful thing you're doing in that country? And you say God is not part of that foolish thing that you got called churches. God not there. You can be wasting your time. I know God not there because when you move from there, can you imagine your member? Can you imagine your member move from church soon as they get up from church? They go into the nightclub to go drink.
Yeah, to all the entertainment centers.
Can you imagine that? Your bishop move from church, get in the car.
Yeah.
The beer can be warming up in the free for him. Your bishop, I say, your bishop, go ask your bishop. Your bishop, that hell of a drunker. You get that other one passing around the Muhammad. What do you mean? What other one that did a stampede? A
stampede on D12 in nuclear time. Yeah, I don't know.
The one you're passing the wrong way. What do you mean, man? What does that mean? So other guy passing around and saying from the Muslim faith, gay left to Jesus, you just control all of y'all. All of y'all just position all of y'all.
People got mental derangement.
Up to the point that some men can can know that the pastor Abraham Kroma, another crook. They say you're not there.
No ritualists. I have one of the questions, like I don't like the question things of spirituality. I say, even in the Bible, really says God is not an author of confusion. If you can see vision, you want to tell me that you are going to a crusade and there is a stampede that is about to happen, and somehow God never showed you the vision that people will go to a crusade and die there, and you want me to believe this man of God, right?
But and showing the Abraham Kroma man house, and you saw the bar, and you saw the bar, and they're showing Abraham Kroma, and you saw the bar there. Yeah, serious in that country. You're not serious. That your medicine they can catch. That they can position and wash your face and you're not getting nothing going on. Many of you are on a chance. You are in slavery. You need to wake up. Yeah. You need to wake up. Let me tell you something. Lead a politician alone. Hold your pastor accountable. Hold your bishop accountable. Someone they can look, monk, to the point that someone they can even know that the pastor is sleeping with a wife. Yeah. You know what they say? You can't question daddy. You can't question the men of God. You can't question the you know what do to that daddy? That in the puppy, I will put one slap in your ear first. They are holding my share and carrying to the police station. Oh, yes. Yes. Myself, daddy do. What they have a bigger and better daddy than him. That fully daddy than what you get. A bigger and better daddy than him. That in the church, I will go and hold him by share. First thing, I will collect the daddy from one puppy. Why he dressed in that tuxedo? My money where I spend behind he drank fancy. How you go to church, you hungry, your pastor eat heavy. You serious? The member they're hungry, they're dying. Your pastor eat heavy. Your own pastor for you to see him. They gotta go fill paper up.
You have to pay money. You have to pay money, and even
like you pastor get people security behind, government behind. You see where?
There were I coming even to that or Steve. There were some of our men of God the way they are positioning themselves. I think they are equally being worshipped instead of the people worshiping God. They are now worshiping them.
But yeah, I say
it's like just so terrible that you will see that.
I will airlift the pastor and carry him to the police station. I'm not calling police to come for. I will carry him. They play the pastor, so it'll take 1 step to get there. 2 steps to get. You want to take 1 step. I will carry the pastor. I'm not taking the law in my hand. I just escorting the pastor to the law. That means pastor will be on funny. I will escort the pastor to the law. Will be on funny level. Pastor solo go touch someone and leg and we go sit down in a caucus in a conference. That pastor solo go molest one leg and we go sit down in a conference. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. That pastor, I will carry him to the. I will escort him to the law. I cheap bodyguard. I will carry him to the law. I'm thinking you will have service. There will be no service. There will be no service until that pastor can tell himself what to the law. There will be no service. And when you do that 2-3 times, those pastors then will put themselves together. They will fall in line. You get pastor and you know they're in funny thing there. You know they're doing things that are wrong to hurt your children, to hurt your family members. And some of you sit down there and say you can't question the men of God.
Steve, you know, even if you live in an environment, you see some of the things happening, you want to flag it up. There are some of the members in the various churches, they will call us speak for you.
Yeah.
They will call us speak for you. They won't see you say in the community. You get against the pastor, they will go tell the pastor.
They're good.
The man will sound a pulpit, the man will be. The teacher can pull people
forward. I'm close more than 6,000 churches and mosques in Rwanda because you were like, you know what? If you cannot serve the purpose for which you were created, then there's no need that you operate. If you can meet certain standard, I'm closing 6,000 churches and mosques. He shut them down because there's no need. Why is the essence?
On earth, let me tell you today, on earth, there are requirements. Before you become doctor, and you got to go to school, then you go and take the test and get a license to practice. So why you want to be pastor? You say, God call you. Okay, that's fine. We're not there when God call you. Don't have a problem. Go to school. Go meet the earthly requirement and come out. That in heaven, God call you. We're not there. That spiritually, God call you. We're not get problem. We're not living spiritual life. The physical life we're living here. So we won't see you meeting the earthly requirements. By the way, let digress. So for those of you beyond Medela Cooper here, I stand with Medela Cooper. Just so you know. I stand with Medela Cooper. The first time I know, say you can't lose your relationship for when you start taking a man who in relationship as your property. And the first time I know that my man, you're not serious, you're not ready yet. You're not ready. So you start making no statement there, I know say you're a loser already. You can't lose it. You can't lose it now. Because you think that your property, you're not ready. I stand with Mandela Cooper. It made the other girl vest. Let me tell you today. If it made that other girl vest, guess what she needs to do? Let her go lead a man. She don't want to be there, let her lead a man. Why are you gonna be giving people hard time? Why is she making bunch of noise? What you really want? What the purpose? What the objective here? If you say the man not paying child support, you're not taking care of the children, then go to the court, let the court man to pay. Mandela Cooper is not the one stopping you from paying child support. So what is the issue? What is the issue? Let me tell you something. That plenty talking the way you're doing in your relationship then. Why you think you're exposing your man, another woman trying to adore that man? Let me tell you today that you can make your friend and brave on your man. You're taught too much. In your relationship, you're taught your seek validation too much. Trust me, as you are disrespecting that man, that other woman watching him, she when you're on the touch, any attempt she will buffet. Buffet can hold it there now. What did happen? You need that thing. I think I don't be worried about. I stay with Mandela Cooper. In fact, I'm a child of God. I stay with wherever the word of God is. And you know what? The Bible says, whatsoever God put together, no man can put. Who am I to go say them my divorce? Mandela, remember divorce. Who am I to say again what God put together? That God put them together too. The day I get that man go by and marry that woman again, I will stay with a woman too because I got child. I can be where God is. I don't want your fully teenager. You'll be passing around getting yourself hard time. Mandela Cooper, and she did it when she did that when you're hypocrite. And some of you are naturally cheaters. Some of you, the women who talking. Some of you are only frustrated because another woman, the thing why you are misbehaving, another woman tell the man, treating the man well now. That's why you vex. That's all you've ever. That's all you've ever. The thing why you are acting here to say you want something. So Mandela Cooper tell the man and promote the man, get the man ambassador job. I saw it be very well. I stand with the brother. That Mandela Cooper promoted the man to ambassador. In fact, you know what happened? I think Mandela Cooper, she promoted the man, she loved the man. How many of y'all can promote the man and y'all get in your lives? And y'all gonna be disrespecting us? So then Father Day, how many of y'all now come on and say happy Father Day? You're serious minded people, then you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. Your friend women that want treat men good. You might be there keeping men like your property. Oh, that my man. But then they see man, you can disrespect him. They see man. When you say far, they see, man, you passing around, you exposing your breast.
Talk, daddy, talk.
Do that thing, brother. If I have big daddy, and my partner and me, all the daddy that I mean a B-man for all of them. Yeah, all the daddy that I mean a B-man for them. Y'all leave my Madela Kubo alone. Y'all leave her alone. If you can't do it, that's fine. She can do it. What thing happen? The thing where you can do, other people can do it. What happened now? The thing where you can do, other people can do it. And I let her Madela Kubo make sure the man got a job. I like it. The time the man where you get a man job. So Mandela Kubo Bouvet and holding and then you get problem here. Why you get problem here? It may you vex. It may you vex. Let me tell you today. Anything you want in life, somebody get it. Anything you get, somebody want it. That's how life is. Life is competition. You must fight. Even when you get something, you must protect it. You get men in the oil, you don't protect it. You're passing around talking food in the old, disrespecting the men. When the men leave you, then you get there. Yeah, you might get there. But you see how the men looking sharp, man. The men are ambassadors, the men are people. So what do you going to do? What do you guys do? Y'all be disrespecting your men, your friend are watching you as a disrespecting. When y'all go to the club with your home and y'all cuss your men, you say, hey, men are 1 million men, the men are 2 million men. Somebody want that 1 million men, my dear. Somebody want it. Be saying that they be wasting your time. Anyway, more like get to the politics. Me, you know,
daddy in a berry. Original daddy.
But the rally that was somewhat daddy, they were saying the committee room.
Yeah.
And I'm going to no fucking rally committee room.
You're going committee room, daddy, you're good.
I'm going to committee room. I don't go to committee. When you get men in your life, let me tell you something. When you get men in your life, it's a privilege. You must cherish that man, respect that man, and your work together. When you think you something, somebody want that man. Let me tell you today, if I had a women, they're not even playing on earth. So when you're ready to be making love,
you know,
I can say to all men.
See, you know, they say in the children, they start the children can be telling us, say, they can find men tree.
No, Lawrence, let me say that one. You know the hypocritical thing that they can talk. Oh, I don't need men in my life. I don't need men in my life. Then what are you doing with toy? You are a hypocrite. What are you doing with toy? Ain't that need men? You can be getting yourself hard time. What are you doing with toy? You don't want men. They just will be like that now. Be celibate. Don't get any kind of involvement. But you pass around, you go buy one toy, giving yourself hard time all day. Your friend will take your man. Your friend will take the man from you, and I will support it. We're not on our foolishness. And maybe you put yourself together, put your life together. When you move on that next time, you're not misbehaving. When you get men in your life, you get men in your life. You can't respect the man. You're passing around disrespectful. Because you are disrespectful. You know, you pray God hold it for men for God to give you men. God give you men. Drive that same man out of your life. You just from your behavior, the way you behave, the way you act. Just from the way you carry yourself. You ask God to bring God-fearing men in your life. Okay, the God-fearing man come in your life and say, my sister, you can't be doing theater competition and ball competition will bake you. Cover up small. Oh, you can't control me. And I'm a ballet. You can't control me. You're not reading Bible, eh? Who told you your Bible is for you? You're not reading Bible. You're a hypocrite. Go read the Bible. Your body is not for you. You know that? When we tell you the poklo on, my sister, we know what we're telling you. We know what we're telling you. Let me tell you the secret to that about men. You see the funny girl and I can be dressing funny. Eh? You see the funny girl and I can be dressing funny. Please don't get me wrong. Men are attracted to them, but no man won't keep them. Because most men see them as waste product. Cheap things are not good and good things are not cheap. When you pass around advertising yourself all day and you think you're something, you're wasting your time, my sister. You're wasting your time. We already know you. Nobody taking you. Even if somebody take you serious, you will not be together. Who won't be passing around with a woman half naked? Who won't be doing that one? Or a woman in all the club, all the social, or all the body in the community know about you. Who won't keep that woman? Who won't care about a problem with you? Who? Will tell you, okay, yeah, your things say you know better. Oh, that's my problem. And I'm a body. That's my body. Okay, say now your body, now the other person who won't get a body to the man and the man to the person, what do you get there for? All these stories, man. We're not here for that thing. But then when I get into the politics, we finish with the social conversation. Me, I finish calling him.
Sometimes you can sound misogynistic though, because people. Why you think they can go the other way only the women? Why you think they can go both? Whether it's this?
Oh, that's fine. I agree with that. Look, let me tell you something, Monk. But the problem there is this: even if it were to go the other way, let's say for example, right? The woman chooses to do the other one because the man is not respectful or whatever. That's good. All I'm saying in essence is people will make decisions. And you start giving people hard time. People will make decisions regardless of what you do in life. And people don't necessarily have to get your approval or your agreement on the decision they're making. People don't have to do that. People do not have to do that. Man, a woman can be married for so many years. One day the man will go and say, "You not won't be there. You not see the way he saw you before." What you say? Or you're not compatible.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you today to
That's
the women. Anytime a man tell you that you're not compatible, it's an excuse. It's an excuse to leave. You're here today. Anytime a man tell you you're not compatible, it's an excuse to leave. In fact, no man and woman supposed to be compatible for them to be together. If you're compatible, that means you will not be together.
Yep.
Watch it. You will not be together because the law of compatibility, when it comes from a scientific standpoint, the law of compatibility. Give me 1 second.
Well, Chufafen, indeed.
Excuse me, coming small.
Yeah. President Morgan, I was thinking about asking you a question because we followed our sport ambassador and he said something during his interview on Spoon. He talked about divorce and he was talking about only the men have the right. So, Steve, so you and Steve were talking something similar to that. I want to follow something from two of you quickly, Steve, as to, yeah.
My man, I want to lose that train. I beg you. The law of compatibility, so you can ask a question that will go into the politics. Let me tell you the law of compatibility from a scientific standpoint. First of all, the law of compatibility from a scientific standpoint has to do with blood matches. When you hear saying, "Oh, a blood type A, blood type B, or whatever it is," that's compatibility. So that means, in other words, more likely so, even people who are born in the same family, they might not have the same blood type. That's the first law of compatibility. The second law of compatibility from a spiritual standpoint, those of you who are Christian, what does the Bible say? Hey, man will leave their home and woman leave their home, they come together become one. Hey, so you're not need to be compatible. So when we tell you, say we're not compatible, that what we're leaving you, we're just telling you in simple sense that we're looking for an excuse to leave you. We'll not find somebody else that will treat us good, so we won't go. That's it. But go ahead with your question. We're not with you.
Yes, because President Monk will question you on the other side. So the thing come to my mind as to who have the right in a marriage to point for divorce. Because in so many cases, sometimes you will see that. Sometimes you will see somebody, maybe one part of your work, and say, "Today I'm tired, in fact, and I want to divorce." And our coach, our sport ambassador, my couple husbands, in fact, they talk about from their side or from their religions, he talk about only the men have the right to divorce, and he did what he could do. So who have the right to our side?
Only the men have what kind of right to do what?
To divorce.
Now who said that one?
Our sport ambassador, Alaj, the madam we just discussing her husband.
Okay, so maybe he was speaking from a traditional or cultural standpoint.
Yeah, I think so, man, as well.
Maybe, more likely so, but from a realistic, serious-minded point, anybody can file a divorce. Just so you know that. Nobody's restricted. There is no to say, so when a woman wants to leave, what you say? You say she can't have a divorce? Maybe he knows what he's talking. I can speak to that. Maybe that their culture, their tradition, whatever it is. But I can tell you the truth. If you mess around Mandela Kuba and LeBron, Mandela Kuba will leave. Oh yeah, I trust my girl on that one. He might not even fool around. She's not even leaving. She's taking a job too. Nobody's stupid yet. I'm saying it to him. That thing won't get you. When man can divorce, let him mess around LeBron and see. Mandela Kuba will leave and she will take a job. I say it, I'm again now. I don't gotta go back and forth with anybody. And try and see. You might go carry that Senegal, fully nail LeBron and say, when a man can divorce, I trust my girl. Try that thing you see. She ain't kick it through the back door. You think we have to play games? We're not here to play games though. You might not put yourself together. You might not organize and say, you might be talking from a phone. Only the man can devoting that in Senegal. In LeBron, we don't play that nonsense. We don't fool around. In America, they don't even fool around with that. Woman can go to the court and divorce you or whatever. Men can go to the court and divorce you or whatever. And you can't do nothing. You have two options. In fact, when a person divorces you in some states, when they put in the divorce paperwork, 30 days you not respond, the court will grant a divorce. So nobody got time for that thing. Why you be talking about all that? That ain't seen that thing ain't happened yet. They ain't try that thing like bro. That thing you were talking on Spoon Talk, that funny thing. I trust my girl Mandela Kubo. She will lean and she will recruit different person real quick. Go ask Joey what happened to him. I beg you. And let me say this. Let me say this before we go anywhere. The whole Mandela Kubo thing you're talking about in that girl, there's bigger story to that. I don't just want to get into the problem and into people's social life. There is bigger story to that. This is yeah. You know, the story is deeper than that. from credible sources, this is a revenge and a payback. They'll be checking. They'll go to politics. This is a revenge and a payback. And our former president, from what we are hearing, is involved. Oh, we're getting to the other story another time. Let's get into the politics. Now, SKTV, we can talk the thing and then.
Answer my question, man. Maybe won't answer, but he answer my question, Steve.
What a question?
The man asked the man, say, who's also far for divorce?
I say anybody.
Of the two races. I mean, the two gender.
Yeah,
Yeah, anyway, from what I know, for me, I like to follow that. One of the reasons I can follow the Family Research Council religiously. I listen to all the expert statistics. I know from I don't know, a particular gender is not given the sole right to file for divorce. Anyone can file for divorce. But statistically speaking, 70% of the time, women are the one that file for divorce, and they give a reason according to their own research. The Family Research Council, they can do some deep diving when it comes to this issue. 70% of the time, women file for divorces, and they will tell you that of that 70%, they give you the reason as to why they divorce. First of all, they say women they can get bored easily in marriages. That according to their research, the number one reason other than that is financial insecurity. Women always want to be protected. They want financial security. So when you are not financially potent, when you're having some tough economic time, women are going to walk out of marriages. That one for sure. The lack of commitment as well is one of the primary reasons in marrying too young. You know, you see your high school boyfriend, you're young, you're in your 20s, you think that's the guy. And when you start getting exposed, you start seeing better guys, people that are more sophisticated, people that come with extra, I would say, social status, and you want something better. You know, women, they can say men did down, women did up. Or woman, that's why I keep telling people, I said the thing they call hypergamy, it would always take preference over love, because women will want someone with status, someone with class, someone with money. So most of the time, if a woman finds someone that's better than you, she will most likely go with that person. So that's fact, and it's proven by statistics. So I end it right there. I don't want to get our women mad today. but
that's just the truth of the matter, though, Monk. Whether you like it or not, it is the truth of the matter. And because it is the truth of the matter, some of these things need to be discussed, you know, clearly. And these are, and some people might look at it differently and say, oh, okay, so women can be using men or whatever it is. This is the nature. This is what they choose. This is how they operate. This is how they bring work. You don't see women into marriage. And that's why I always tell people, you know, even in therapy or from a psychological standpoint, they think, well, your pastor, they can tell you, oh, and you marry because of love. That's not true. That thing does not exist. You're here today. I'm not saying you can love somebody and marry them, or somebody can love you and marry them, but love cannot sustain marriage, because the first thing is people that you are in relationship with, and not every day you can be in love with them. So the day you're not in love with them, what you're saying, you're going to leave them. So it can't be the foundation or the basis of it. It has to be more than that.
More than that, yeah.
Until you can understand the more than that part of it, then you'll just be there lingering. So when I see somebody getting passing around, say, you know, when you ask them, oh, and why you love that man or whatever, they say, oh, you know, he's sexy and I like his hair and the butt too cute or whatever it is. I know you're still immature in your head. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. Because even the Bible said the beautiful ones are not yet born. You know how many sexy men you've seen in your life? So that means every sexy man you see, you go follow him. Oh, you know, and they brought you sexy, man. They brought you hot, man. They brought you what they call you wasting your time. There are plenty of hot men in there. Go rest your body, my sister. Because the hot men have been in your own body, your body count will be too plenty. It will be too plenty. And when you plenty on body will talk to you. You're not honor with yourself. But anyway, more like I mean, I'm going to part of man, you have, dude. Yeah. That's good TV. You say you want to be deacon, you social like that. You're not ready yet. We're not making deacon. We're not moving one crop deacon and putting one crop deacon there. We're not on our level. We're keeping that seat vacant. We'll keep it vacant. Yeah, maybe me or Monk will take that seat later on, but we'll leave that seat vacant. We're just waiting for Joseph Baga resignation letter. We're not putting you there, Labour. You're a hell of a crook. We're not putting you there. We're not putting you there. But anyway, folks, welcome to the show. We're expecting Chairman Representative Musa Hassan Belede to join us to get into the politics. We just got word from him not too long ago. But Monk, we played a video. We played a video not too long ago from the Ghanaian president. Yep. And some of you who don't know the Ghanaian president, the Ghanaians, some of you who wonder why folks are flocking to Ghana and, you know, the country is booming. And nowadays, guess what? some Liberians even claim that Ghana look like small America to us. Like people go for vacation, like you know what I mean? So in the 21st century to see Ghana doing that, Ghana who were looking up to us. The question to you is, Monk, this man is saying that he's standing shoulder to shoulder with Sweden, with Switzerland. He's standing shoulder. Ghana is standing shoulder. The word he used was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
But then he's saying now they're not doing that policy of back in the days.
Yeah.
They're not doing no more shipping raw cocoa to anybody. They want the cocoa to be processed in the country. Monk, what does that say to you? Not only from a global standpoint, but from an economic standpoint. What does that say?
It talks a lot about leadership and vision. And as far as I'm concerned, I keep saying it on the show, I'm yet to see, even though I was saying born during the Trump administration, but I'm yet to see a president that will match the thinking capacity and the vision of William R. Tubman Jr. Nana Akufo-Addo, in that video, the reason we talk about that video because it get played, it coincide with the whole South Korean summit where you go out there, you want to beg. No, it's not the game. It's not the business model. Look, Steve, if you go around Africa, there are a few countries that are booming economically. Do you know the fastest growing economy in the whole of Africa right now? You won't even believe it. Just guess. Anyone on the show can guess.
What would that be? I don't want to say
you're growing at a rate of 11.2%.
I don't want to say Rwanda.
No.
Ivory Coast has no is up there.
Yeah, but in the top single digit, 8%. The fastest growing economy on the continent of Africa right now, and number 3 in the whole world is Niger. And you know what the people in Niger are doing?
But why is that though? Because no. Let's hold on to that. Why is that? Because most recently, Niger, not only from that coup situation, most recently, Niger also turned on the United States and France in terms of the union and the export. So what has changed dramatically to get them to be at the very top? And Niger was considered, just for the record, most recently Niger was considered one of the, in fact, the poorest country in Africa.
Yes. The reason being, just before the coup, Niger embarked economically on a whole reform system. From the judicial system to their money and mineral right, they changed all their law. Matter of fact, they even boycotted ECOWAS because they say ECOWAS is still acting like Uncle Tom and they're about to chart a new territory and to chart a new course of action when it comes to that economic growth and prosperity moving to the future. So from their legislative reform to the election reform to the business law to the tax law, Niger carry on their own reform. And because of that move, now other countries want to join them to form a confederation. Because Niger now growing at 11.2%. That's the most. I'm talking about double-digit growth. They are above Ghana. They are above Senegal. Senegal, matter of fact, come number 2 in Africa. But Niger is the fastest growing economy on the continent of Africa and number 3 in the whole world. Because why? They revamped, like I said, their mineral and their concession law. Niger is not playing business as usual. So they change everything. That I keep saying, if you play your game right at home, those investors will come knocking on your door. When you go out there to beg, you will get pennies on the dollar because from the negotiation standpoint, you don't have a leverage. And
but Monk, let's talk about the approach that Ghana is using, because the last time we had a senator from River G, the junior senator from River G, Senator what you need Dopu. The last time we had Senator Dopu here, he was claiming that they're borrowing models from other countries most recently, right?
From Kenya.
That was his assessment. From Kenya, from Sierra Leone, he called other corrupt countries, apart from, he called some corrupt countries that are struggling with corruption, that they're borrowing this model and they think it will be effective and they're just going to start doing a pilot or whatever not. But here is my question. Here is my question to you, Monk. If Nana Akufo-Addo, what he said to Switzerland, they're no longer going to be begging. They're no longer going to send just raw materials out of the country.
Yes.
How does that affect and impact the economy vis-a-vis Liberia, who have the iron ores, who have the rubber, but these things are taken out of the country and they've been happening for years, for decades. We grew up hearing the story of Firestone and all of that. What say you? What do you think will happen to the economy of Ghana?
It's already booming. They're one of the fastest in Africa. The top economy that Niger, Senegal, Africa, Tanzania, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Rwanda, they are the top. And when you find out, when you go and do your own research about all the countries, they are just doing things differently. They are not going by that old script where you just come. The reason Nana Akufo-Addo confronted the prime minister from Switzerland, you know, Switzerland consumed the most chocolate in the world. I don't know, for some reason they eat a lot of chocolate, right? And the chocolate product comes from cocoa. Nana Akufo-Addo, when he did his research, Nana Akufo-Addo found out that Africa and Ghana, they are one of the two of the top cocoa producing countries in the world. The total market value of cocoa globally on the global scale is $100 billion per year. So I'm talking about in sales now. When you process the cocoa and the raw material, the chocolate, and all your Bonvita, your Ovaltine, when they come with all the different products, the total market cap of cocoa around the world is $100 billion industry. So Ghana and Africa get less than 10% combined of the proceeds from cocoa production. So Nana Akufo-Addo said, you know what, this thing doesn't make sense. If cocoa is going to come up, if cocoa is going to produce $100 billion in market cap on a global scale, and Africa and Ghana contribute more than 85% of the total cocoa around the world, less than 10% of the proceeds is not business. I'm changing this model. If it will cost a short-term economic pain, but no, I want to play on the supply chain. I want to be at the top of the supply chain. So Ghana will not be sending you guys raw cocoa in the raw state. If you want to do business with Ghana, you will have to come here. You will have to build some factories here. You will produce the cocoa. You will produce the chocolate here. Then we will share into the profit. That's why he went. Look, when you got visionary leader, when you got people who can think, you will get this kind of a result. They don't happen by magic. It's just about vision. It's all about the will. Can you imagine he's saying that in Switzerland? And he's saying it in Ghana. He's talking about the days of handout, the day that will come into beg you. And he did it to Emmanuel Macron. He asked Macron, he's talking about, you want to give Ghana $50 million. Why is France interested in educating Ghanaians when Ghanaians should be educating themselves? I don't want handout from the international.
But the first thing is, if you look at it, if I choose both countries don't even speak the same language.
Yes. Why France? Why he said there is no Father Christmas out there. Every time we tell people, that is why you got to bring people with a corporate mindset and a business mindset. Government is business. Nana Akufo-Addo told he said, you know what? There is no Uncle Christmas out there. Nobody want to give anything free. When you invest in Ghana, you know what you want to get in return. It was the same thing that happened in South Korea that we said on the show. South Korea want to extend her economic footprint in Africa. They know that they have been left behind. But guess what? They want specific product from Africa. The question is, doing business with South Korea is not a bad thing. But the question is, what are you getting in return? Look, Steve, from the time you myself were born, they keep telling us, Liberia is rich, Liberia is rich. And you are yet to see those riches. We're one of the poorest, if not the poorest country in the world. So the question you keep asking yourself, if Liberia is so rich, it's been more than 170 some more years, why we can't see the wealth?
But Liberia is rich in terms of what? Because it got to be quantified or qualified at this point, right? You can't just say Liberia is rich in terms of what?
Yes. In terms of resources.
What resources, first of all?
Well, maybe they will say rubber and iron ore, but rubber and iron ore, as far as I'm concerned,
then let's go back to something very simple, Bonk. Before you and I were born, the issue of rubber, Firestone went on. You could say the people were not informed, they were not educated, so they went and sold the place to Firestone for 99 years or whatever amount of years, right? We could assume that, right? That could be our theory. We're in the 21st century, 2024. Our leaders are educated, they were informed, and so forth. So here is my question to you. If our leaders are well informed and so forth, do you think similar approach that Nana Akufo is taking, if Liberia takes that posture, or, borrow that policy to say, okay, and you'll say you want iron ore, the worth as 2 billion or 3 billion, fine. We don't have a problem, but we want to make sure those things are done in our country. We're not exporting the raw mineral out of here, the iron ores. We'll build the factories here. That means the companies will be responsible for the infrastructure or whatever it is. Do you think our country our leaders can take similar posture? And if so, how would that benefit our people? And we'll get to
and that's what we've been saying on the show forever, but people think it's all about the politics. These are some of the steps you can take. You don't need to go to South Korea. You can go and borrow a model. Look, Steve, the people who are doing better are right around you. If Africa is doing better, it means that there's something they are doing that you are not doing. If Ghana is doing better, it means Ghana is doing something. If Rwanda, Tanzania, Ethiopia are growing by top single digit or into double digit economic growth, it just tells you that there are certain things that they are doing differently. So rather than going to South Korea, go and ask your neighbor. Look, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Everything is already there. You don't have to just go and see these people. Ask them, bro, how are you doing this thing? What step are you taking to transform your economy? You can live from around the continent, but you want to go to a high-tech country that does not even do trade with African countries, except the fact that they want more extra mineral resources for their car and their batteries, and you want to go halfway across the world to attend some summit that you won't really benefit anything from when you could learn from Ghana. Like the last time, Simon Freeman, he made some startling revelation on the show on the OKFM. Simon Freeman said Nigeria now have elevated her position when it comes to rice production because they make some down payment in there. Even now, cocoa Nigeria is trying to compete in cocoa. They're not noted to be some of the top cocoa producers in the world, but Nigeria want to tap into that market. So Simon Freeman said the thing about agriculture, if you put a bare minimum of 75 million in agriculture, you could literally turn the whole Liberian economy around, because agriculture is like you are killing two birds with a single stone. It bring about food security, and two, it create more employment. Matter of fact, you don't need an advance of a skill for agricultural product as well. So if you want to invest 75 million in agriculture in Liberia, you know what that means in the economy? It could literally boost our whole GDP. But guess what? Out of $732 million, only 5 million were allocated for agriculture. It tells that the whole rescue father said he's not serious for life. Because if you're really, really serious, agriculture being a major or potential for economic growth, you put more money into that. But guess what? It was only $5 million.
Okay, so I want us to move to Dylan's assertion. Dylan, I think he got off church today. A lot of things happening. People are not paying attention. Dylan got off church today. First thing which I thought was I don't think that his place is in one branch of government. But again, that's something that is very interesting. You know, he's going on a trip with President Joseph Human Black. For me personally, I didn't think it was necessary, because you got a Minister of Foreign Affairs and you got other, executive cabinet members. You can't be the one who will hold the government in checkmate, but then you running behind the president. We said the same thing with Yombly before. People never listen. Again, we said the same thing with Edwin Snow. Edwin Snow, Joe, we are going and going. You can't be doing that. You're in one branch of government, unless you're part of the government, gave you okay, and there's a written communication for you to be there and stuff like that. Then it's quite understandable. But this flying with the president and the other one, senators, and they want to, in serious-minded country, you don't really see that. Monk, maybe tell me, when was the last time when Donald Trump was president, you saw maybe one of the senior senators or one of the senators on judiciary or on foreign affairs traveling with the president, because the president going to France?
To an economic forum.
Yeah. When did you see that?
It can only happen in Liberia.
And we keep telling you some of these different small missteps that you're carrying on. You take us to be bad people. These are bad practices. They're not good practices. Again, I will say it. When you senator, stay in your lane. Dylan, going where the government pay for. Who pay for Dylan trip? Who pay for a trip? We got to look into all of this. Who paid for Dylan trip? What was the purpose of Dylan going there? That the foreign minister, in fact, it is the foreign minister through the executive branch of government that is their role to negotiate. Isn't that what they say? Why did Dylan go? What was Dylan role there? The last part about it, Dylan is not a government spokesperson. I think you should have referred them to the minister. But Dylan put it for him off today. But saying he decided to put it for him off, that's fine. Monk, does it make any sense to you what Dylan said, that the negotiated tech and the people should be sending people to come and look at it and look at? I listen to the people long and say, I said because Dylan is limited here, you think everybody like that. You think that everybody is talking with stupidness, and we all of us just will sit down and just say, they lied, and the senator said it. Monk, in this time and date and age, Melbourne yesterday, Melbourne, I beg you before I among the question. Can I ask you a question? When we spoke Didn't you complain about the electricity and the heat?
Yes, indeed.
And I could hear my niece in the background crying because of the heat.
Indeed, even though we are into the rainy season, but yet still we are yet to get stable electricity, and that's just the fact.
Monk, we probably don't know technology, Benny. But let me ask you the question.
Yeah.
You think South Korea, the level they now reach globally, you think they're looking to invest into Liberia in terms of tech work or technological work? Can we sustain it? Can we hold it? What say you?
But matter of fact, at the summit, the people getting the call Tech for Africa. The reason they already picked those countries that they're going to make the investment in. I told you about British countries. You wasn't on the show yesterday anyway. I can't blame you. Said with myself, we talk about this. I said there are certain countries in Africa, they might be in Africa, but they're not up to our level. Liberia is far. Look, we can't even compete with the legs of Africa and Ghana. Think about the leg of South Africa and the Tanzania and the Ethiopia and the Kenya. These are highly industrialized and educated nations. I mean, when you come to education, Kenya is a more advanced country. We can't compare. Kenya had been advanced in the 15th. They said these are British colonies. So they got tech industry in Kenya. Even Rwanda are into tech. Liberia, you want to tell me in a country that the LRA, the revenue arm of the government, got only one functioning server, and you want me to believe in my sound mind and my sound body that South Korea can invest in tech in Liberia? How that stuff work? You don't even have the infrastructure to even get into tech. You don't have stable electricity.
Mom, I beg you, when you use that word infrastructure, my woman, and I don't understand what you mean. What you mean when you say infrastructure? Because Jelon said they send people there for the tech. Look,
Dylan and other kind of people they are dealing with, so you can't blame Dylan and people even embrace that kind of an idea, they will buy into it. So that's why they hate SKTV, because we will not stand for this nonsense that other platform will stand for. You want to tell the average old man like brother South Korea, what South Korea gonna do in Liberia? Other than maybe taking maybe crawfish or shrimp or maybe something, because we got more land mass than.
But the South Korea even meet Joseph Boaga face to face for the Senate.
No.
And they said that on the sideline, man.
Yeah, on the sideline.
That is to tell you that they don't even value you. There is no value. Let me say it again. We told you from the beginning. Joseph Boaga has no value on the world stage. Nobody knows him. Let me say again. Nobody knows him. He did not cultivate any kind of relationship that he maintained after President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf introduced him as vice president. He met with Obama and all the other people, Nancy Pelosi, all the other big lawmakers around the world. When he used to come to America, who he used to be behind. Then I Costa, he was passing around with black plastic bag in Watersound Market in Philadelphia there. Talking about we call your hair and you know you got no hair on your head. When we're talking, you got fair, but that's the truth. Nobody knows him. He got no connection, zero. And the world that we live in is all about connection, what you have to offer. So if they met Joseph Boaga on the sideline, when you went to somebody, the man rushing to go into serious meeting that he already got scheduled with people. And let me tell you here today, our people, oh my man, nobody. Someone don't go down there, man. Don't go there without your most meeting happening on the side. No serious manner meeting happening on the sideline. In fact, when you use the word sideline and meeting, it's not serious. Nobody got time for that. When you talking most serious meeting happening on the sideline and behind closed. Which serious meeting happening on the sideline? Who in the country here? In fact, when somebody wants to have a meeting with you, you are booked on the schedule. They make that time. You talking about sideline? Is a serious meeting? Are you serious? You think this is a laboratory? Well, yeah, man, let me on the side and say, oh, my man, I guess something to say. Oh, yeah, my man, I guess, okay, yeah, my man. First of all, Joseph Boaga was probably introducing himself. They couldn't even understand him. And they were asking who is the older man, what's going on with him. Maybe they probably thought that Joseph Boaga made his way around. He didn't know what was going on in our place. So we need to get that clear. Talking about sideline. The fact that our own president went to the summit and they met him on the sideline, it should be embarrassing. It should be embarrassing to us as a nation. It should be very shameful and disgraceful. If Joseph Boaga was important and he had that value and that worth, if Liberia was important on that agenda and people, guess what? They would have made time. And there are other countries that they made time to meet. There are other country leaders that they met with. Liberia was not part of that. So Liberia has become a deathbed. Let me say it to you. You ain't want to hear about the truth. And if you can't call on later on and say, oh, and y'all low down on the country or whatever they know, I low down the country. We pick the least amongst us. And so guess what happened? It will get. We have become a deadbed and a laughing stock where our own president got to go talk to other Syria minded leader on the sideline. Are you serious? Sideline and president not in the show, so be in the same sentence. Let me tell you today. Sideline and president not need to be in the same sentence. It's disgraceful for them to even be saying the president on the sideline. The thing that they don't say the morning is a lie, it's a blatant lie. It's a blatant lie. You think to wrong technology, you think that joking thing? You're not even getting electricity to supply your own people. To supply one for one day.
Yeah.
That technological means you have. You're really, I don't understand. How do you live in la la land like that?
Yeah.
How do you allow these guys to control all of you and lie to everybody? Okay, yeah, the chairman coming on to join us. Oh, that the red man were waiting for today.
Yeah, you need to come and speak out.
Yeah, that the red man were looking for. But before the chairman can come on, let me get your other news quick because that the first question I'll be put on to the chairman. Let me get your other news quick about. I wanted the chairman to be here before I break the other news. Let me get your other news quick.
Yeah, hold it for a few minutes. Hold it for under the chairman come on.
No, we'll break a new file when the chairman can't even put out the news because you answer to the news. Let me break the other news quick. The station that will on Chief 2 FM. They don't pay their worker. They don't pay their worker. There's an immediate release here. They were responding June 8th. Response to allegation by former employee Augustine Sarr. Then the chairman come. They will answer that question now. Then I'm paying worker. We will show one more. All right, we'll hold you accountable. On the station we're here now. But we probably don't want to hold you accountable. Thank God said the chairman said coming. Chairman, welcome to the show.
The first question I will answer your bills
we don't welcome to the show yet. We don't.
No, I want no welcome.
No, you are not guest.
Your bills to pay, you pay. So the same way the worker on will be on you too. I let the American people know you pay nothing.
Now breaking news. Let chairman give a breaking news too.
Nothing.
No, Chairman, you can bring us behind. Chairman, you can bring us behind.
I'm telling you. Chairman, you receive a show a fast
Chairman, don't bring us in the town.
But don't play and don't talk be more.
What payment plan? What payment plan?
You not make so.
We have agreement. We have agreement.
Wait. What the agreement? You not pay $5 for the agreement.
I know when you bring introduce yourself, some people don't know you.
Neighbor, get it, man.
Don't worry, man, Chairman. They may always want to model my deaconship. While fighting hard in the Baptist church to become deacon, they may just come and just model everything. Steve, you got to stop, man. But anyway, Chairman, that's a good question.
Because I missed the chairman because it's been a while since we've been.
Yeah, actually, it's good.
I know his schedule been busy. Chairman, welcome to the show. Chairman, Representative Musa Hassan Bilele. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, how are you? You wearing my favorite color today. I don't know. You try to make me to calm down or not to ask you tough question about you wear my favorite color. What is going on?
My man, you know, I'm
I hope people never call you to tell you say wear orange. They will mean to, you know.
No, man. No.
Yeah, but Chairman, welcome to the show. How is the country? How the people in District 7 in my county? How's everything going? How's the family?
No, the family is good. You know, the kids are down for vacation, so they are also here. And we are in Nimba, you know, resting, enjoying ourselves with our people.
Yeah, I saw you, and I think the family and the dogs. You guys were going to. You say you live in Northern Monrovia to go rest your body.
Yeah. We keep all the fire from Monrovia. We enter tomorrow on fire.
But yes, Chairman, go ahead, please. Finish your thought.
No, I mean, we come here, we rest, be with the people. One of the things about, and I hope everybody's doing the same thing. My brother, Monrovia is the place where you show your Jews who you are, but don't forget your people.
Right.
Be with them always, every day, treat every day as election day. Campaign every day and campaign for 6 years. So for me, I live in Nimba now. I go to Monrovia to participate in my program, to go to session, and and I come immediately to Nimba. I'm very proud and happy. I have a wife that supports me, and she's always up and down with me. So life is good, my brother. Cannot have it in a better way.
Okay, that's good. Chairman, again, welcome. As always, anytime we call on you, even if you are out of the country, you will always text us and say, I can make it, or you call and say, gentlemen, I can make it. Let's reschedule. Thank you so much for availing yourself to have the conversations with us nationally. Monk, do you have any question for the chairman before we get started? Because there are a lot of prevailing national issues that we would like to engage with the chairman on.
There are some, I won't delve into the question for now because Sekou Masesa had a conversation. I was the first person that said we need to hear from the chairman based on the whole issue at the LDA, but we will jump into that. So, the chairman is here already, and the chairman, he said it from the beginning that he was focused on the whole decentralization idea. That's why he wanted to show the new standard, the new benchmark, that everything cannot be centered around Monrovia. And he's showing that. We see on the social media, we've seen some of the project that's been the ongoing project in his district. So who knows? Maybe all of them follow suit, because I said it on the show, and as I talked to one lawmaker myself who spoke back. He came to visit the US. I said, bro, do you know that the congestion along Monrovia is a drag on the economy? He said, what do you mean? I said, I used to live in Corwell, and it would take me, when I come from Corwell, I would take a cab from Corwell to Corwell Junction, and then take another cab from Corwell Junction on Ashmont Street to go to school every day. The average drive time was 15 to 20 minutes from Corwell Junction to put me on Ashmont Street. So if it's going to take you 3 hours now, let's say anything above 3 hours, 2.5 hours back and forth, you're talking about 5 to 6 hours. When you get congestion in the city, it slows down the economy as well, because you cannot do too many activities in a given day. So just the movement alone, because everybody is stationed in the city, all the major activities in the city, people now have to leave from the various counties and come and cluster in that same city. So over the long run, it's causing the problem. The country a bigger problem. And the chairman said he's showing the way, and we've seen some of the project. And he lives in the lifestyle. Not only stuck in it, but he's living it, because every time he take a photo, he said from my district, and that's a very good thing. I haven't seen any lawmaker in recent time that spend more time in that district as compared to chairman ability. So that's a good thing. And we'll encourage other lawmakers to do the same as well. So we'll get into the other discussion later.
Okay. Chairman, quickly, on national issues, a lot of things going on in the country. And this includes the president's most recent trip. Let me get a reaction, first of all, from Senator Dillon traveling with the president from one branch of government. Is there any reason why, and who paid for Senator Dillon? Again, he was sitting on in first class with the president, or whatever you want to call it. But I know that BB put in place where they were sitting. The Senate, the House of Representatives paid for that trip. How does it work? And did you guys approve him going with the president? What's the reason we have the foreign minister? What's going on?
Oh, I think it's customary. Sometimes when the president is traveling, he invites members of the legislature to travel with him. It's been that way. Most of the time related to, if it is heavily foreign affairs issue, you ask, it's the choice of the president who to invite with him. So I don't see anything wrong with that at all. But yes, taxpayer money.
Is this unique to Liberia?
It's taxpayers' money. No.
Is it unique to Liberia in recent times? To our setting lawmaker?
All the last 3 presidents have done it. So
no, I'm saying is this unique to Liberia, because in other serious minor countries, let's be clear and keep the thing in context, because we have to look at models around the world, right? Where do you see the president taking someone from the Senate, especially if the foreign minister is on that trip, especially if other cabinet members are on that trip, So where do you see asking somebody from the Senate, asking somebody from the Senate to come and join him? I'm yet to see it. Maybe you can help inform the audience or educate us. Apart from Liberia, you said the last 3 presidents have done it. Doesn't mean that it is the right thing to do.
you know, I'm not sure, Steve, that interaction between agencies of government, various branches of government, is a negative thing. I think that just what you do with that interaction, how you use it, how you use it to the benefit of the people. But I do feel that it should not happen without the representative or the senator maybe reporting to his colleague the purpose of the trip, what he achieved, what he has been invited to do. And if your purpose is nothing but to fly in the plane, then I will categorize that as a waste of taxpayers' money. But again, once they're outside of Liberia, the issue of interference or overlapping does not suffice, and especially the legislative branch is not manifested through one person, unless the executive, where the president is the person who makes all the decisions. The legislature is not like that. So, hey,
So let me rephrase the question in another way, because it seemed like Chairman, you're finding it difficult to justify or make any kind of competitive argument here
you're
from
correct.
our neighbors and other places. Is it legal to do? Is it legal? Especially if you have the foreign minister on that trip. Is it legal to do?
Okay, legality, I'm very fond of the law, but if you are taking me too deep into the law.
Okay.
But I would like to stay on the politics side. I don't think it's productive. I think if you go with the president on a trip, I don't see what role you can play. You are not going to represent the legislature. You are not going to speak on behalf of the legislature. You cannot be part of the executive. Getting into the president's cabinet meeting, being part of his inner circle meeting, those are not very helpful to democracy. But to say it is illegal, I don't know. But if I were to be in a position where I will make decisions for lawmakers to follow the president, I would discourage it.
Okay, so we're, at least we're establishing some things here, because it's important for us to also point out, because you alluded to the fact, and it's on record, which I agree with you 100%, that the past two immediate presidents did it. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President George Weah did it. But we voted for rescuing the country to change all of these narratives. What do you say about this redundancy?
Honestly, I hate to make the reference, but there's nothing as far as the past is concerned that we can proudly relate to. So we shouldn't be, it's embarrassing, it's shameful, it's disgraceful for us to be always relating to the past. And there's no good example to the past. So I'm sorry, but the government and the branches of government should operate as independent as possible. Legality, I'm not sure, but experience politically, the only thing it does success, it compromises the individual lawmaker. It makes it difficult when you go with the president. I'm not saying all of the lawmakers will be the same, but when you create certain bond, then it becomes difficult for you to be critical. And also some presidents use this trip to pick out very critical voices,
Well, folks, we're having trouble with connecting with the chairman.
Yeah. Issue.
But right after that, we'll turn it over to you, because this is something that we wanted to make sure we clarify. Chairman, are you there? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm having trouble with my. I'm coming.
Okay. Well, while we're with Representative Chairman Musa Hassan Beledido, get situated there. Monk, I mean, this is something that we kind of brainstorm on before the chairman could come on. I know you were coming with your question and so forth. I'm shocked and startled by the fact that the chairman is corroborating or sending out similar sentiments and message about the conflict, huge conflict. This is huge conflict of interest. Whether this is not a political thing, it's a huge conflict of interest, and it's problematic in itself to have a senator sitting in one of the leaders of the Senate sitting in cabinet meetings with the executive. I mean, Monk, what does that say? Problematic, it's troubling.
Yeah, I think I saw with the chairman on the legal aspect. I don't know the legality of it, but it just doesn't seem right. But in Liberia, everything is possible. That's Liberia for you, I don't know, and it's more of an interference. But when you talk to people, say, "Oh, it's all about politics." You guys want to criticize all you want, but I know it's not common in other countries because they want to create this impression that they came to look for investors. And I don't know the relevance of DeLong at the expense of taxpayer coming with Joseph Boakai, because I know maybe the finance minister or the National Investment Commission. I mean, it will make sense. But if you've seen a senator with the president posting on social media, it's more of an interference because for lawmakers, you have oversight responsibility. When you are interfering with the executive, then it becomes an issue. But like I said, it was the rescue train. That's why the rescue train came. They won. At least they will say, yeah, we won the election. We can do what we want to do. But from a legal standpoint, I don't know the legality, but it just doesn't bode well. And from a resource standpoint, like how many people go into this trip? How much you going to spend in terms of the stopping, the per diem, and what would be your importance going to that meeting? Which role are you going to play? Let's assume that Joseph Boakai met a South Korean tech billionaire that's supposed to come and invest in Liberia. Which role DeLong will be playing in such a meeting? I think that's what people should be concerned about. But that's Liberia for you, and the rescue train won. So you know what? That's it. That's why they will tell you at the end of the day. We won this election. We are the rescue train. We can do anything we want to do. That's it. But it doesn't go well.
I think the chairman is frozen. The rescue train.
He's not frozen.
Oh, okay. Chairman, really quick. I want to push in this last question to push because we'll move from this subject. I want to push this last question out that some people are claiming that Senator DeLong is chairman of the foreign affairs and so forth. But if the people are supposed to come and report to you, and you already went there, what does that say though? And even Senator DeLong speaking on behalf of the government. I mean, constitutionally, we know who should be doing those things. What does that say about the legislature?
Like I said, Steve, I think the idea of lawmaker going with the president is a waste of government money because you cannot function unless you have been mandated by plenary to carry on a specific job, and so you go with the president to execute that job. Unless, in some instances, where the lawmaker has interest in that particular country, and the president traveling there, and he goes there and pay his own money. But when the president is traveling, honestly speaking, everyone who's going there should have a role there. Otherwise, it becomes a waste of public money. I don't know, as I sit here, the purpose of the region and the purpose for which not just Senator DeLong, I think there was also Senator Wangbe. The two chairpersons on foreign affairs were invited. That seemed to be a very specific invitation. Maybe there was a specific reason. Maybe there's some bilateral agreement in the making that will require legislative approval, and therefore this is the two statutory committee that normally will look at these treaties before it is brought, and so taking them there, it could make things easy. It could allow them to ask questions that when the thing comes before the committee, it will make it easier for the committee to do.
Yeah, Chairman Musa Belede is frozen, but Monk, the chairman. Yeah, you froze just now. But Chairman, let me hold you on that point because I won't push you on that point. I won't push back on that point. We can say you and Senator Dopo from River G were here with us when we discussed you guys' role in terms of agreements that the executive can have. So are you saying that the chairperson on foreign affairs should go and negotiate or should be part of the negotiation, but later on the same government, the same executive branch should bring it to the legislature? I mean, how does that work? And please try to make it make sense to us.
Even as I say, it's not making sense to me. So
Exactly.
you know what? Let me stop talking about it.
That's why I told you that's Liberia for you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, I don't know why they were invited. I'm still struggling with what role can they play in the president, inner circle. And since they don't represent plenary, and what impact can that have on plenary? And from a country that is poor, I would think that we should, smartly use our resources. But however, I would like for us to give the individual legislator that went there to maybe give I have no letter on the floor to tell me that the president asked that somebody will go with them. I don't know if, for instance, Honorable Tawangwe's trip is personal. I don't know if he was invited to perform a specific role. I am therefore to criticize it now would be, premature to do so. But I do agree that if the president is traveling, we should be smart about the expenditure. We should make sure that those who are going must have specific role, on that trip, that they are needed to be there, not necessarily because it's the president's way of reaching out to legislators. I don't think that if that's the reason, I don't think that that's a good reason.
Okay, Monk, do you
But
have any?
we don't know the reason yet, so we'll wait for them to tell us.
The reason the chairman is struggling with that question, because it's a question that you will struggle with, especially when it comes to Liberia. I know the reason. There are certain reasons you got from the House to the Senate. You have committee. There are reasons you have committees, and we all know the job of a senator. There are roles and responsibility. In normal countries, I know when you got oversight responsibility when it comes to the signing of treaties and all that stuff, whether it's the Supreme Court or nominees or nomination approval, that's the job of senator. I know when the president make a trip, when you bring in the deal back to Liberia, that's when a guy who's supposed to be on the Foreign Affairs Committee supposed to be on the table. When it comes to rectifying that. I don't know about a senator just because you're on the Foreign Affairs Committee, so when the president tells you, no, that's interfering, that's overlapping of function. It's not acceptable anywhere, but in Liberia, it's more of a cultural thing because past leaders been doing it before. And I see it from a entitlement standpoint. The rescue train and the Dillon and other people were the people on the rescue train, so they are the one that are in control of this government. For them, they can draw the line between the oversight responsibility, whether it's rectifying your treaty or concession agreement. No, because I know if Joseph Boga goes to South Korea and he meet an investor and he want to sign a deal, when they come to Liberia, that when a guy like Dillon to be on the table because he's from the Foreign Affairs Committee. I don't know about lawmakers traveling with president to go and say, oh, we need you in the meeting. No, that's not how it works. That's interference between the two branches of government. So the chairman is right. It's a very difficult question to answer, bro.
So, Chairman, as a representative, is it possible to put a motion on the floor, whatever from you or a letter on the floor, asking Dillon to explain why he went on that trip and who invited him and what is the purpose and so forth? Because we criticize Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow with his travels with the president of the Republic of Liberia, even though he was at the time representing Liberia with ECOWAS. We did that criticism here. And so, is it possible for Senator Dillon to let you guys know, the Liberian people know what he want to do and who paid his trip and all of that? If possible, maybe he can refund the money because it doesn't make any sense. His trip, for all indication, I mean, unless there's a justifiable reason, which I don't see from a legal or political standpoint. What say you?
Dillon and I are not in the same division of the legislature, and therefore he owes no explanation to the House of Representatives. There are 29 senators that he can answer to, and they are the one who can ask him. But it will be interesting to
to know.
To see that question being asked, I think, in closing on this, I think the idea of lawmakers traveling with the president should be discouraged.
Yep.
I think it should be discouraged. I think some of those who go with the president may have very, 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 very good intentions, but you cannot make your oversight more difficult.
Yeah.
To exercise oversight, you got to keep yourself, you got to keep that distance so that you. I mean, just imagine the man asks, the man bring the treaty, and you are sitting down there now as chairman of the committee, and you ask the foreign minister, what is the value of this treaty? Then his minister said, "But chairman, and what there." Then you have lost your neutrality. You have lost that balance to be able to ask questions where you need to ask. I would think long and hard to accept invitation for the president. If the president is going to watch a football match and he say, "Musa, come along," the first thing I would say, if the president of the Republic of Liberia asks me to go somewhere, I will not use taxpayer money to go there. I would definitely not use taxpayer money. I think we have to be mindful. We are in a poor country. The president uses $200,000-$300,000. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has spent 5 months without gasoline, no car, nothing. The same thing for hospitals. The budget we're going mid-year now. We don't have by law, this government is supposed to report to us quarterly. Central Bank has not reported. LRA has not reported. Ministry of Finance has not reported. Those are violations. All of those people should be reporting now to the legislature on their performances. When we collected it, when the president asked for 42 million out of 41 or 42 million as a starting expenditure, the condition under which that money was approved was that before we approved the main budget, they will bring the performance report on that. None of that came. We're running into trouble. I keep telling my colleagues,
no performance review.
And I keep telling my colleagues, we're letting the Liberian people down.
So,
we're not serious. We're not serious to audit those that were there before us. There was serious financial improprieties in the legislature in the 53rd and the 54th. I would call it, and I'll repeat on that, there were money laundering. And I think the United States government should also come, as part of their quest to deal with money laundering. They should come and push for the audit of the legislature, the 53rd and the 54th. Okay? And all of those things are happening. We are sliding back. There's the transparency is dying. Liberians are being left behind again. I personally wrote a letter, and the legislature committed and instructed the finance committee, and it was inserted into the budget law that 25% of all procurement should go to Liberian owned business. Zero. Nothing of that has happened. No report of that. Nothing. We are not faring well.
Okay.
And today, I don't want to blame the executive. All I can say is that we need to buckle up as a legislature. There is a reason why we are here. We cannot afford to fail our people.
Thank you, Chairman. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of these things. Sekou, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Thank you. Well, Chairman,
I was not feeling too well from yesterday, but because the chairman and I spoke, and I told the chairman they got to show face. When the chairman came, I got to show face too. And what you guys were discussing about the foreign trip involving our lawmakers, one area that you guys missed or you didn't talk about in terms of reason why they travel is entitlement and financial incentive. You know, in Liberia, when you are on the finance committee, whether you are a representative or the House of the Senate, anything that will go with the finance, the people that will go on that committee, especially the heads, they all want to be there because they know money will always exchange hands. Same thing with traveling. When the foreign affairs, people within that committee, especially the leadership, they know those things come with some financial incentives, jail allowances, traveling bonuses. So those guys, they are accustomed to that. Whether they're going there to do anything or nothing, but what is in it for them, that's what they go for. Other than that, lawmakers traveling with president to other countries is not a bad thing if the purpose is clear and defined. For example, if the government of Liberia going to have some bilateral talks with another government, wherein the parliament of that nation that you are going to are also going to be involved in the conversation. That means those who are responsible for the foreign affairs in the legislature should also go and engage their colleagues from the other country. There's nothing wrong with that. If the purpose is clear, they are going to engage lawmakers in the country that they are going. But if this is about government representation, I think the executive does their role. Anybody else following you just be like overlapping function or design in it for financial inducement, and it has nothing to do with the country. I just want to clarify, that part. It has been there before, and that's the only reason, because what is in it for them, they make sure they must get their entitlement.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. Thanks for adding on to that. But Chairman, you raised some points about the people not being accountable, and the quarter period. There has been no report made to you guys. But on the contrary, the Senate pardoned the public work minister. The Senate pardoned him. I mean, it sounds very, very funny for other people who are listening in other countries and people who understand governance. Secondly, most recently, it's also reported by different news outlets, and credit to them, Front Page Africa and other news outlets back in Liberia, that you're also in the House of Representatives pardon Amin Moda, which is the Minister of Commerce. Here's my question to you. Is it legal? Can you guys pardon these people? Is it legal?
Two different issues. Completely two different issues.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely not. What the Senate says is nonsense. Excuse my French. And it's an abdication of his responsibility. It's not what we did. He offended us. That's what we forgave. You see, the public work minister, according to the Senate committee report, violated procurement laws. When you violate law, the legislature has no power to forgive you. You face prosecution. That's why it's there for. In our instance, we sent for the minister, and the minister said to us that the instruction he gave to his administrative assistant to prepare a letter in response was not written in the context that he wanted it to be written. And so he asked for forgiveness for that. So we forgive that, but we went into the issue. The real issue, we don't have power to forgive the real issue. It's like, Steve, if you insult me or you slap me, I have the power to say, I forgive you. It doesn't mean that the law has been broken. But in the case of the completely two different issues. So if someone violates, or if remember now, there was no violation. We said he should come stand trial and tell us if he cannot be held in contempt. We did not hold him in contempt. He did not reach to the point where he was held in contempt.
But that is the phrase you guys used initially, that the minister, in fact, was in contempt because he did not show up and he lied to you guys.
No. I'm a member of the legislature, so this one still listen to me. We say, Minister, go and bring your lawyer and come and prove to us why we must not hold you in contempt. And the minister came back, instead of bringing a lawyer and said, I'm sorry, I should have written the letter this way. It was not written that way. I have given you evidence that I was invited. Here are the evidence, here are the proof that I had a pending trip, but the way my COS wrote the letter, it should not have been. I take full responsibility, and I'm sorry. So it was different.
Okay, I'm not trying to push it, but it's still, maybe I will give it a sequel and other and more. Because I'm still not getting.
Yes, Steve. From my understanding of those two scenarios,
No,
they are two different things, and they're not close to each other.
No way.
Somebody mismanaged or violated the procurement law and misused Liberian people money for $22 million.
yeah, 22.4.
$22.4 million.
Yeah.
And somebody refusing to show face. Let's assume.
And the person come back and say, I didn't refuse.
Somebody refusing to show face, and the person say, no, I did not refuse. I actually had something going on. Let's agree now, even if Amin Moda was held in contempt and the lawmakers decided to let him go, it cannot be at equilibrium with someone who violated the law of the land.
The written law.
That's especially a criminal act.
Yeah.
That means supposed to be, because one behavior is criminal, the other one is not criminal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Contempt charges are not criminal. So that's the reason why it is the lawmaker that can make their own judgment. If you're supposed to go to court, you go to court. I mean, you go to jail, you go to jail. No long court business in that one. But for a criminal charge, like
Thank you.
done by the people there, the lawmaker cannot make their own judgment on that. All they got to do, once the problem is identified, they forward to the Ministry of Justice. Ministry of Justice initiate investigation, prosecution. And finally, eventually, if the person has to go to jail, they go to jail. So in this case, I believe the lawmakers, we can't put them in the same box.
No.
In this particular case, the senators, they don't know what they are doing, or they are all part of.
They are all part of the scheme.
The corruption.
Yeah.
So they will say, you know what, you did the wrong thing. Then the person come and behind the scene and say, man, you forgot what the team. Give them something, They will say, okay, we'll forgive you, which they're not supposed to do. Once a crime is committed or suspicion of crime, or crime, all you need to do is give it to the proper authority, which is the Ministry of Justice. I just want to clarify that part.
Yeah, I think it's clear for our people, because most of our people follow, and sometimes when people put the headlines on as Minister of coming here in contempt, and then later on you're forgiving, then it seems. But I'm glad the chairman was able to clarify that, and differentiate both of them. And so, Chairman, quickly on that same subject.
And there were two violations. Maybe you guys forgetting.
Yes. So in the other violation, Chairman, I'm not sure if the chairman is still with us or he's full. In the actual violation, I want to ask you two questions in one. For the Senate, what they did in terms of pardon, is there any reversal to hold the Minister of Public Works accountable? Because what the Senate did was basically to shield him. What are the options the Liberian people have to hold him accountable for that $22 million that was?
Steve, hold on one second, Chairman. I cut the chairman. Steve, you're making a mistake here. The issue in the Senate is now in the public where they are four. The director of the PPCC the Minister of Finance, Development and Planning, the Public Work Minister, and Justice. So there are 4. So, Chairman, go ahead. I get one to
No, what the senators have done is they have abdicated their responsibility. So the House will take it from there. It means nothing. It has no impact on our investigation and finding. They've just abdicated their responsibility.
Yeah, so
and
Steve,
it's a shame.
See, the chairman is saying, if something happened in the government, the Senate can choose not even to engage in anything, to investigate whatever. That does not negate the fact that the Senate has rights.
Because that's what they did. All they did is,
they can let go or somehow forfeit their responsibility. Then the representative also the same right they have to call in, investigate, question, do whatever they want to do, recommend. The House of Representatives got the same right. Not because they have forfeited their right.
We have bigger rights. We have bigger rights. We can. We have bigger rights. We can impeach him.
Okay, so thank you, Sekou, for that clarity. So Chairman, what are you guys going to do about the 22 million? Because the Liberian people are looking forward to you guys for the next course of action, considering the Senate deliberately, knowingly refused to do what is right. So what do you guys do constitutionally? What is the next course of action?
Wait for next week.
What waiting for our money going in 22 million?
There will be a letter on the floor, and those people, not just the Minister of Public Works. This thing here is the Minister of Justice.
Yeah.
The Minister of the Finance Minister and the
Director for PPCC.
You understand? Look, let me tell you something. People sit down here, insult people, go on radio and say all kind of thing. And Steve, I go every day, including today, to my people. I see them, how much they want to work, how much they are struggling, how much they are struggling. And people come and play with money, and that they think that they will go free. It will not be free. The report from LRA will come, whether they like it or not. The report from finance will come on the quarterly basis, whether they like it or not. The report from Central Bank will come, whether they like it or not. And we will investigate the Ministry of Public Works on the implementation or on the utilization of the $22 million, whether it conforms to laws. And if it doesn't conform to law, we will enforce the applicable punishment.
Wow.
And there will be no forgiveness in the House of Representatives. We're not in the business of doing what we are not authorized to do. Only the President of the Republic of Liberia has that singular authority to pardon anybody. And that is after conviction.
That's why I wanted to add, Mr. Chairman, when you say the President has the power, the amount of authority to forgive or pardon, that is after the due process of the law. If you are found guilty, then the President can something. But that the President cannot even interfere in the process of justice. Only when you are being found guilty and sentenced, then the President can decide whether they want to forgive or it will let you serve your term. So Steve, I saw something today from you, Steve, and I did some research to try to find out what was going on. I don't know. This is something maybe off the conversation here, but I don't want to bring it up and maybe ask the chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Steve, you talk about how Nyombli is, setting the stage for running for president.
Yeah.
And she's doing this, she's doing that. And when I start to actually wonder as to what's going on, and I made some research, and I figured that there was some retreat of the Senate in her county, in Grand Bassa County, wherein she were able to bring in the entire Senate, if not the majority of the Senate, there for 3 or 4 days conversation, and leaving, they believe that somehow she's working and she is in control of the Senate. So the question I want to ask the chairman, the last time you say you want peace and you want your party to be united, rest of it. There is a problem. There is a program in Minnesota for the Liberty Party USA. And Yombly is being referred to as the political leader of Liberty Party. And she will be in Minnesota representing the Liberty Party. And Yombly ambition to be presidential, if at all she will run, it will be under the Liberty Party, if you will. Are you guys on board of, as a party, have you guys united first and foremost? And if so, are you guys on board of Yombly's ambition to becoming president of Liberia? Is the Liberty Party actually in full support of her? You being the chairman of the Liberty Party?
I wish you never brought it up, but you brought it down, so I have to answer. Let me say this. Number one, I think it is the senator's right to run for president. And if she has made such decision, I think it's good for our democracy. I think she has every right to do that. So I am not opposed to that, not a bit. As part of our reconciliation, if the reconciliation is going to lead us to the point where she will table her ambition as a candidate, I also have no objection to that. What I can tell you, and I can tell everybody, that all those who want peace in the Liberty Party at this time must make effort to respect the Liberty Party constitution. Whatever that is going on in Minnesota is not going to help, but it will hurt the reconciliation process. If you realize that we have deliberately seized everything, hoping that there can be a moment in which we use, all of us being in the legislature now, a new government, to try to reconcile the party. And like I said, if that reconciliation leads us to Yombly saying that she wants to run, and we all sit around the table and agree on that, and she wants to run on the party ticket, I am absolutely not opposed to that as chairman of the party. But if there is going to be any attempt to see our gestures of reconciliation as a point of weakness and try to reignite the fuel in the party, that will not be smart, and that will also not help reconciliation, and that will not help everybody. The Liberty Party is one body, and that after 6 years and after not putting up a presidential candidate in the 2023 election, the Liberty Party cannot continue to have a political leader. The political leader position is out. It's a position that is born out of election. It is the only position in the party that there's no election for. You don't vote for the political leader position. When you run as candidate of the party, and then the election is over, then your position is turned into that position of political leader. We've had two how you call it? We've had amendment to our constitution, but whether it's the old one or the new one, that takes us up to the period of the next election. So whether it was normally who was the political leader, whether I say she was not, assuming but not, admitting that she was, and assuming for the purpose of this argument that she was the political leader of the party, the moment election is conducted, the party does not put up a candidate, and that period comes to an end. The party continues through the chairman and the executive committee. We want to use this so that such thing as Younglee's ambition can come into fold at the table where we sit down, reconcile the party, and if she wants to run for president, the party, once there's reconciliation, I think it can be easy and support from everybody can come as a unified body. But any attempt to ignore that and violate the Liberty Party constitution will exacerbate the issue. And if it does, at that point, there will be no turning back. For me, I'm chairman of the Liberty Party. There's no question on my chairmanship. The National Election Commission confirmed a national convention, the highest decision body, the direct decision-making body of the party, and that national convention was held. So all of the questions on the constitution was before we went to a national convention. And once we had a national convention, all those issues were answered. Nobody can. I advise Senator, I advise all of us supporters that route is not good. It's definitely not good for the senator's ambition. What is important at this time, and I have gone the extra mile as an individual. I've sat with the senator, I've sat with other people, and I've said, look, there were people that were injured on both sides. On your side, all of the people that were injured, I will reach to all of those people because that will be the first step to reconciliation. And I have painstakingly reached out to every one of them. There is not one person on the other side that I have not gone to one-on-one to sit with to say it's time for us to have peace. Every one of them, all of the main stakeholders. I look forward to her doing the same. Sitting down with my people so that there can be a personal reconciliation, one-on-one with these people. And then once that process is finished, we can sit down to try to reconcile the party. If that is ignored, I just want everybody to know that the party is not divided. The party just comes from, as far as the law is concerned, there's no question of who is the leader of the party. And if people want to use the other means that have not taken us anywhere and want to continue with it, I advise them against it, but I'm not afraid to face them. And at this time, as I speak to you today, nobody has any legitimacy. There's no Liberty Party USA that is organizing anything in Minnesota or ever. Whatever they are doing it to follow the divided party, and they are doing it to hurt Yomli. I repeat, if they do anything right now to hurt the process of us making peace, they are hurting Yomli. And when we put our foot down and dig our foot down, there'll be no turning back.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much. I gave you time to expand on it extensively because I wanted you to just clarify to the audience. So we all know Nyomli won 2020 election under the banner of the CPP, and she barely won that election. And according to statistics, the last election, she was unable to deliver Grand Bassel for the rescue mission. And that is all of those are because of having a divided party. So do you think Nyomli in her right mind we further exacerbate the problem within the party and at the same time run for president while the party is divided? That's the first question. Second question, what is the stage of the reconciliation right now? How far are you guys? Are you guys close to finding a common ground, or you guys are still far apart, or the reconciliation process is still at the forming stage?
Well, we've laid our condition, and we made our first moves. Like I said, as chairman of the party, I have reached out to everybody. I expect and I requested Yombli to do the same. People were hurt. People were insulted. I will just name a couple of people: Charlene Bromsky, Wade Powell, Rugi Barry, Martin, Jala. Many people. Onisimons, all those people, Yogi. There were a lot of people in our party that were hurt. I expect Yombli to reach to these people, just as I have reached to her people. In spite of
And what was the responses from his people, from our people?
all those people responded very positively. I've gone to Daniel Sando, and went to his office. I went to Klatume. I've had telephone conversation with people from the United States. I've met with Jacob Smith. There's nobody. I've had more than 20 meetings with Darius Dillon. There's nobody that I've not met. I've met the senator herself. The route that if they go to Minnesota and have a program in that faction, that would be a violation of the party's constitution. That would be a misrepresentation of the party, and that will be the end of any negotiation.
All right,
and we'll carry on with the party. The party is fine. The party is fine. We will carry on with the party, and we will join other opposition parties to form coalition to face the United Party in 2029.
Wow. So thank you. My last question on this. Dillon and I spoke extensively after the election, when you were elected, and when the rescue train won the election. Dillon and I spoke. He was very clear about their intention to reconcile the party. And we talk about a lot of different things that could possibly bring the party back together. That was a privileged conversation that I can say everything here. But my question to you, the way DeLon reached out to me, we had a conversation. And is he actually reaching out? Is he working the work? Is he actually doing whatever he said that they are eagerly yearning for, to see a reconciled unity party? Is DeLon actually working the way you have reached out to more than 20 people, including Yombly and DeLon himself? Is DeLon actually working similarly to make sure the party reconciled? Are you seeing that? Have he reached out to you? Has he actually called for any kind of meeting that will yield some fruitful outcome for the party? Is DeLon actually working towards what he told me? Because I tried to call him to actually find out as to where you guys are. But since the rescue train won the election, he called me that day. He said he was just calling me to laugh at me. We laugh about that. Since that time, he never been answering my call anymore. But whatever the case is he working towards what he told me that he
up until tonight? I believe that he was working sincerely until you gave me this news. Okay. If this news is true, that's the end of negotiation. That's look, and remember, Chief.
But the fly is over the place that Yombly going to be there. DeLon could possibly be there too.
We are going to be smart. We're going to be smart this time. We're not going to be, when you fight, you get experience. You understand what I'm saying? And then I remember they used to say, when somebody shoot their bazooka, that when they finish shooting their bazooka, you use your AK to bring them down. At the end of the day, now we are experienced, Chief. We have Liberty Party. We have offered the party on a silver platter to say, let all of us sit down and bring reconciliation to the party. And if that reconciliation will lead us to saying, let's put up our own candidate, and that candidate is Yombly Kanga, that's fine. I've said that. My only condition was there must be personal reconciliation with those who are personally injured. And this was a condition also on the other side. I have fulfilled my side of that. I've met this individual, we've made personal discussion, and we've come to the conclusion that Liberty Party is first and foremost. I expect Yombly to do the same thing, to call Wadi Power, to call Charlene Bromsky, and have one-on-one, so that whatever the issue is with all of these people, about 10, 15 of them, so that these are the main decision maker of the party, so that they will not come sit down on the table for reconciliation when there's bitterness, when there's personal grievance, so that those personal grievance. If while that olive branch is hanging, if you're going to go and say you're going to have a party event, Chief, I will say nothing.
They say August 17 through the 19th.
I will do the usual thing. I will say nothing. But for me, that would be the end of it. The Liberty Party is already a party recognized by the Election Commission. The Election Commission knows who is the head of the Liberty Party. The Election Commission knows that the National Convention. So all that lawsuit, that was because we never had National Convention. But once you have a National Convention, all those other issues, this constitution, that constitution, came to an end. We held a National Convention, and the Election Commission has a copy of what came out of that National Convention. And it was on that basis that it recognized that the CPP existed. If Liberty Party was non-existent, there would have been no CPP. We are finished now. We are by ourselves. If they're going to take that step, they will throw us back But for me, this time around, I'm not going to fight. Opposition parties are already talking, they are already discussing, and we're going to join them. We're going to make sure that we form a formidable opposition. All of the other opposition parties will get together to form a candidate and the president and the vice president to face the United Party.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Quickly, I want to get away from the Liberty Party's politics.
I can only get 10 minutes now. I ain't nimba, man.
Yeah, I want to get into some security question quick. Maybe you get one question from me, and then maybe you can ask. Maybe the rest of the guys can ask you one question each, and we can call it a day. Chairman, really quick. You are chair on, I think, security and defense in the House of Representatives.
National security.
National security. Okay, great. So, most recently, I think you followed the scuffle at the LDA between Chairman Abraham, Mr. Chairman, Director Ibrahim Kurma and his immediate Fadiga. What say you? Because I mean, this is national security issue or security concern as well. What say you?
Well, I've given my position on this. I've given my position there. I'm very clear. I think that the executive has politicized the LDA. I think that they took the wrong decision. It was wrong. In a military or paramilitary organization, the boss is always the boss. I think if that scuffle occurred in Ibi Kroma's office, and all of those things take place, I think the right thing was to suspend the two deputies, investigate, and if the investigation found that Ibi is actually the one that's at fault, then you dismiss him and then reinstate the two deputies. Or you cannot. I mean, how do we have a situation now? You suspend all the two people. Therefore, by doing that, you have justified their action against AB in his office. At the same time, you've made it to appear that.
Let me push you a little bit because let me push you on that quickly because Sekou on the show here, having to be from Nima, from the Manigo tribe in Liberia, and also the Muslim religion. When Sekou asserts that, some people see it as, oh, Sekou tribal that one again. You are also in similar boat. Some people could say, well, Musa Benede just saying because I'm a tribal man or I'm a religious man. What say you to that?
Steve, Accra man, when they cheated Grand Jide and I'm talking Accra man. Accra man. You know, I thought we do these things, we say these hard facts, so that when we say the truth about people that are close to us, or that we know, even if these people are close, people will respect the fact that we have always said things the way it is. So I don't care for Hank who thinks and what thing. I think it's the right thing. I think that AB should never have been suspended. Once there was altercation, the two deputies should have been suspended, investigator conducted. And if the investigation finds that AB is the problem, then dismiss AB and reinstate those guys. But you don't do that to somebody.
Can you take one question?
Again, they all it's all good for them. At the end of the day, it's the same politics. Everything has been politics.
Mr. Chairman, Steve, the question you asked, let me say this. Sunday Chairman going to be leaving very soon. Let me tell you this. The decision to suspend all of them came from Daros Dillon, who was with the president. He told the president what to do, and he turned around, he went on his page and wrote it there. So Abu Kroma, the one that made the decision, but the president is the president. Everybody will always be their pepper in his mouth, and nobody will blame them. But it was Dillon who actually made that decision that they all should be dismissed. I mean, they all should be suspended. The thing is, two persons can be wrong, or both sides can be wrong. Either Abu Kurma is wrong or they are wrong. And if this action, like the chairman stated, happened in Abu Kurma office, which is evident by a video, where they forced themselves into his office and insulted him, they should have been the ones suspended. Investigate Abu Kurma, whatever the case is. If Abu Kurma is wrong, the one that actually created the problem, then it is left with the president now to either fire Abu Kurma, suspend him, or call him, advise him it did not happen again, and then he can reinstate them after that. If they are the one that actually wrong after they do something, the president state get the same right to to actually advise them, suspend them, or eventually dismiss them. But to have actually suspended both of them at the same time, it shows lack of leadership on the part of Joseph Jima Boakai. That's clear.
And it shows injustice towards AB.
Yeah, it shows injustice towards AB Kurma, especially as the leader of the two guys.
It's just shameful. I mean, everything seems to be
Monk.
totally lackadaisical.
Monk, quickly ask your question and make your point before we let the chairman go, because we.
For me,
I'm just making a comment and there is a question. Maybe the president himself is not interested in any investigation. For me, I say this thing, the dust will settle and we see leadership. The leadership of the president will be once again on the front burner for people to do their own assessment, because some people say, oh, the altercation happened in AB Kurma office, so you can keep him on the job and suspend the two deputies for gross insubordination, or you could do the opposite like chairman said. But at the end of the day, it's up to the leadership, and they have made that decision. So maybe they have no interest in further investigation, because I believe if that was the case, then they would have taken the recommendation from the chairman. So who knows? We will see. With time, I think everything will surface, and when the dust settles, the people will know where
this is where, I'm so happy that I never settled for executive job. If I were AB, I would resign. I would write a letter of resignation to have equated me and to have sent a signal. Because when you suspend everybody, that means everybody wrong. It's a judgment. When you do that suspension, you're making a judgment. But when you say, okay, this is the leader, so in regard to that leader, you sit down here, the two of you go sit at home, let's investigate and find out what really happened. And we find that the leader is wrong, we dismiss him, and then two of y'all come back, and maybe one of y'all will be the head, or we bring a new head, and then we'll move on. Okay. That's how it's supposed to be.
So, Mr. Chairman, what if the president eventually decides to dismiss all three of them? Will you feel this? Will you be surprised? Or will you be disappointed?
I don't care. I never told him to put them there. I don't care. I mean, it's none of my business. That is his prerogative. I'm just concerned about how the country is being run, and how all of the decision has been polarized, and how it's affecting our children. And drug is an issue that affects every family in Liberia today, including me, and that we're all struggling with it. And that the people that you have charged and the entity charged with that, you can play this kind of dirty politics with it. It is wrong, it's bad, and all those who have caused this to happen should be ashamed of themselves.
Thank you.
Well, Chairman, thank you for the time that you allocated to us. We are looking forward to having another conversation with you here.
But Chairman, next time, please come a little sooner, because
I'm sorry. I was not, something happened. I went to one town, and then we stayed much longer than we thought.
No problem. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate
it.
So
So, Chairman, before you leave, can we count on you guys to pay the employees finally, because we broke that news here?
Yes, send your money, your contract.
We already did. We already did.
I don't know about that. Say, you send money.
We already did. Which employee you talking about?
Thank God, SKTV put on listening.
No, but
which employee? No.
Yeah.
Steve, what kind of employee you talking about?
See,
Are you talking about LeBron government employees?
No.
What are you talking about?
Steve, let me tell you.
Mr. Kane, what are you relax.
The young man.
No, I can't relax. I want to understand.
Let me say it to you.
No, he say RCR employees.
Who said?
One employee resigned and said that they owe him 13 months. It's a lie. It's a complete lie.
One employee from
RCR.
RCR resigned.
So if he has not been paid for 13 months, how he's been living? He's been begging on the street.
Why would you stay on the job and not paying you for 13
You know, I know the young man, and it's disgraceful. You know what he did. It's a shame.
And you see, Chairman, that's the reason why I brought it up in as much as we're joking, for you guys to be able to clarify that, because our people, when messages like that, especially if they don't like you, when they hear anything negative, they don't find out the details the wrong way. Yeah. Instead of asking, so it's good that you clarify.
Let me tell you something, Steve. RCR runs on a zero revenue basis. We don't make any money there. I bankroll that entity. The young man there, Mabel, is a witness to that. It's been running that way for the past 20 years. There are times we actually are back, sometimes 1 month, 2 months. It can go sometimes even 3 or 4 months. All right? But we have always paid our due. We take care of our people, you know. And for somebody to go on radio and talk that kind of trash, I don't even think people believe him. Who stays on the job that does not pay you for 13 months?
For 1 year.
I mean, how do you even pay your way to come to work? You know, he was dismissed because he was unprofessional. And when he became unprofessional, he was removed from certain program. And that's his reaction.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
The CEO is handling that.
Tell it to me. Let me look it up.
Yeah, thanks for the clarity, because we wanted to bring we brought RCI other news today.
But you also want to why you not ask Mabon? Why not ask Mabon publicly?
No, you ask Mabon.
No. Employee, he's going to tell you whether we owe them 13 months.
Mr. Chairman,
He can be able to tell you.
we will invite O'Neill or Liability to come here and tell.
Thank you.
Defend himself.
I'm not CEO of that company anymore, by the way.
So we invite Liability.
Oh, so sorry for the question saying that CEO.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong man, please.
We take the question back. We take it back.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I were you, then just invite Liability or O'Neill.
Yeah, we take it back, Chairman. We're 15.
But the funny thing about the whole story, Steve came up with other news, and the chairman came up with other news to the SKTV too behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it goes to our listening audience.
And some of the difficulty we have is that our major client, the SKTV, is not pushing their body.
You see that show? The thing about the whole thing, that means that message go to SKTV and the all stakeholders. That, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So
yeah, we want to water.
Yeah, so can be behind too. So you see that, but Mr. Chairman, that one SKTV will take serious action against you because you know.
Yeah, so the chairman got to take it back. The chairman got to take that statement back. The chairman got to take that statement back.
Yeah, once your statement is taken back, mine is automatically taken back.
No. We'll hold you in contempt. The chairman got to take it back. We'll go in committee room and hold you in contempt.
I say I take it back.
Oh, okay. You dissolve the committee.
Because you never know what's going on.
I think
if I Liability birthday coming up, they're going to be celebration here for SKTV. You know, you're not even aware of that.
Yeah. So you can break news here.
Say, you know, for real, we are all people.
What kind of news the chairman decide? What kind of news the chairman decide to break? What do we do? What's going on?
Oh, and the birthday will be on Monday. So the Bosman birthday will be on Monday.
Breaking news more twice before you break news.
No, for me, I've been feeling all that breaking news, and there's a reason I've been feeling all that breaking news. Because to our supporters and our followers on SKTV, it just tells you that we stay on water. So when Friday comes, So that breaking news was warfare, and everybody is a stakeholder in that breaking news, including the audience.
And Steve, you have 2 weeks to pay a debt, otherwise we'll cut you off.
Chairman will say that they are close to Chairman.
No, ain't that a bigger infra? You have received a notice.
No, we're discussing on payment. We're on payment plan. We're on payment plan.
Maybe we'll use that time to go for vacation and go spend some time with your family.
Yes, seriously, CEO, Chairman, thank you so much for that, and let me wish you all the best. I'm following all of the work that you're doing, all of the engagements with your people, and I don't know, but I think that's the best thing to do, because when you talk about agriculture break, it's good that you go back to your people and interact with them and see some of the things that they are going through, and even your physical appearance alone speaks volume that indeed they are dealer. So, and you are really doing that. So I don't want to
And by the way, breaking news, Cebu, we are launching the Green Revolution in our district in 2 weeks. It will be the biggest show of our people going back to the soil. We're investing an initial amount of $200,000 into this project. And the goal is we will produce rice enough to eat, and that by December this year, this district will not need to import any rice to come into our district. Wow. And I will give you detail, because we have already put in a rice mill machine, which will be here before August, September, and we have already put in cassava mill to cassava processing plant, and we have partners who have actually invested $5 million United States into this project, and I will give you more detail next week.
In your district?
In my district.
Seriously, President Monk, because the man.
In District 7, we will have 2 plants, one for cassava, and then the other one for rice. And that rice, we expect to we expect to go on the farm 2 times, and each time we go, we will produce 60,000 bags. And so for the year, we'll produce 120,000 bags. And what we're going to do, we're going to give half of those food to our people, and if they want the money, we'll give them the money, and we'll export rice to the rest of the district and the rest of the country. You want that country rice well designed, well milled, with a modern rice mill being installed, which will be up and running by September, October this year. And
but Chairman,
we coming. I told you all here that this district that I am in is going to run like an independent country.
So you're going
to you can close your country. You can close your country. We will survive in this place.
But we'll push you on question now. Then no time. So let's keep it when you come back next week.
And Sego, I beg you please give 3 people chance to call, because I'm reading the text and penny people are making just 3 persons. I beg you.
Huh? What was
that? Please. Yeah, just 3 persons.
What was that? You see, we should give people time to call.
Yeah, just 3 persons.
Because time for at 3 callers from here.
Yeah,
thank you.
I didn't take it. A lot of people calling me about. I didn't take the.
Yeah, just 3. I beg you, so that we can just. It will not be fair,
Let's take the first person here. Hello, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from? Hello. You got to tune down the monitor. Turn it down a little bit so you can hear. Okay. Yeah, the chairman hear you. Go ahead. The chairman listening to you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much.
Just to say hello, that's it?
No, to thank you for everything I did. I don't want to announce I will call you personally.
Okay.
So, thank you so much. Thank you for everything I do. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. All right, thank you. Let's take the next caller. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 515 number.
Hello, this is Haji. This is Alaji Kuma from Minnesota.
Alaji Kuma from Minnesota. Go ahead. Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, this is Alaji Kuma from Minnesota.
Go ahead.
I used to, first of all, this is my first time interacting with the chairman. I was able to help establish the Liberty Party Midwest, Minnesota chapter. I was the first chairman, but I resigned. But I'm still a member. I still support Liberty Party USA. I support the Senator Lawrence camp. I've been part of Liberty Party even before the Honorable John Liberty Party. But I just want to make this clear. Honorable, I mean, we as member of Liberty Party, especially me as member of Liberty Party, I want to say that it is incumbent upon you as chairman to create peace. First of all, you cannot initiate peace and you as a party also be part of the negotiation. Why don't you set up a committee that will investigate or maybe create reconciliation? Why would you mention few names who are not even the constituents of the party? I want to beg the honorable, if I were him, like he mentioned that AB should resign, I will ask him to resign, because your chairmanship, for some reason, it has been controversial. The election took place in 2023. There were no legislative members that won on the party ticket. Your collaboration with the ANC was not successful. The party, he even lost even more number than when you joined him. So I will advise, because most of the constituents of this party are from Bassa. I would believe that you are being considered that you're hijacking this party, because most of the members of this party coming from Bassa. This is a Bassa-based party. To assume that you go to a negotiation and if nobody plunder or she having, I support the program here in Minnesota. I'm one of the people that are helping to organize it, even though I'm no longer the chairman. So,
all right. I want you to conclude. I can check another person, please.
I've served in many leadership positions in my life. At the University of Liberia, here in America, in my community. But I want to make this clear. When I'm in position and I realize the position is controversial, I would rather resign. So if you were the one giving AB the advice to resign, why wouldn't you resign and give this party a breathing space? That would give you a better political future than to be in a controversial position. Senator Lauren, by all indication, has won this case against you. She won the battle against you. She jumped Baka won the presidency. You jumped Cummings, you lost. So if I were you, I'll resign, set up a committee, and reconcile the party, let the party move on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we'll take one more, and then the chairman will respond before we leave. I don't know why the chairman decided to take calls.
No, it's good. I wanted to.
No, not because of that guy. When I'm talking about the timing, so that means we're gonna.
I was reading a thread. And I saw people.
Oh, okay.
To call.
Yeah. So, I think those were the two callers. I think you can.
Yeah. So, look, Sego, you know, that young men are talking. I think, you know, he's out of place, but I don't have identity crisis, and I refute the fact that Liberty Party is a Bassa party. You know, and thirdly,
okay, hold on. I got a third caller. I think that's Martin Kula. Let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah, Seku.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great. You're live on SKTV.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I know that. Look, I've been following, and by some means I had to call. I've been following our Chairman Hassan. How are you? Let me say thank you. We are always proud of you. But listen, the caller who called, I am constrained. Look, I've been with Liberty Party before Liberty Party got its name Liberty Party. I was Councillor Brodsky in 2003, even before Senator Dillon and Senator Youngly Kanga Lawrence entered Liberty Party. This is shameful. In 2017, Liberty Party lost all its seats in Grand Bassa County. In 2017, the new men who call knows absolutely nothing. But these are the people who are destroying Liberty Party. These are the people who are making Senator Kanga to think that she can be dinner call of our party, which will never happen. It is either we reconcile this party and we democratically run this party, or people who are undemocratic in their tenants stay on the Liberty Party. How will somebody come on the radio and make some assertion that Liberty Party is a Bassa party? by his ascension, he has already defeated almost all of us, including in the Liberty Party, and he has also demonstrated his selfish or their selfish intent just to use the Basel people and use the Liberty Party on the Basel speed so that certain of them can live in luxury. We will not tolerate that anymore in the Liberty Party. In 2017, you talking about now, when Chairman Musa Benete is the chairman, and the Liberty Party won 2 seats, and the Liberty Party is making the whole country proud. Look, most recently, the whole country migrated and moved to dedicate or preach for a Liberty Party chairman. That man sitting in America over there knows nothing about what happened. How long has Senator Kanga been or senator for Grand Bassa County? When has the whole country moved to Grand Bassa County to do such a dedication? People just sit and just talk. In 2017, while Councilor Brodsky was still alive, while he was still living, Liberty Party lost all the 5 seats in Grand Bassa County for the record. He needs to know that. So it's not about Bassa. Our party came to a standstill because the very Councilor Brodsky, the very Bassa wanted for us to transition the party. And Senator Kanga and Senator Taylor and other people refused. Today we are where we are. Even though we have the party, we are still saying we are waiting to our reconcile. Then somebody come from America and want to mislead the entire public. And I the party have never had any successful chairman more than the chairman. And he's still doing more. One more thing. And we say, and then somebody call and they say,
Thank you.
We lost our seat, and he went to Wakumi, we went to another place, lost. So is that the measure for our success? Look at what Liberty Party is now. Look at what we have been able to achieve. True chairmanability. Just one man. That man is bringing Liberty Party name to the lane line. So for Abisegu, it will have to also talk about Liberty Party.
You can come on the show. We can invite you to come on the show, Martin, when you're ready.
When the Senator Dillon and Senator Kanga joined Liberty Party, these things are,
Martin, I can invite you to join us in the conversation on Tuesday, if you like.
Correct. I will come and tell you about the party.
Okay.
It's suicide the entire party. So somebody have been sitting somewhere there and they're talking about these are people who have been leading Senator Kanga.
All right. Thank you so much. So
like I was saying,
I already taken the third caller in the US though. The person be on hold forever before Martin call.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the last caller. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from?
Mieta Stella Harry.
Oh, Mieta Stella Harry. Omar. Okay, Omar, go ahead quickly. The chairman don't have enough time. Just if you can briefly say what.
Okay, briefly, Chairman, good evening.
Yes. What's up, Mera? You all right?
Yes, I am fine. I am just taking, first of all, let me say congratulations. Of course, we already know that. Something that dear to my heart, which has been decentralizing, that government after government after government don't seem to want to, but you've made the attempt, and you're leading the way, and that is so fantastic. I am absolutely appreciative to you. I'm absolutely excited. Also, the Green Revolution. I've been conversing with my brother Vasiki over that your area.
Yes.
I always told him it was great for greenness. I always particularly talk to him about plantains growing good in your area. But importantly, right now, the reason that I pick up this food because is about this rice business. The question is, what you just said, is it a governmental initiative? Is it your personal initiative? Is there investment purposes? Because I think the last time I sent you a message, or whether you saw it or not, I'm a member of Agricultural Liberia with Armstrong Chaban, and we formulating this cooperation. And we haven't talked, but then here you come and you talking about the investment, the people who invest in billion dollars. So I want to know so I can invest my 2 cents in it.
Oh, wow.
If it's a business, I want to be in the business. this. Or I don't know if you had a conversation with Armstrong. I know you didn't report my message. We haven't talked about it. But please tell me something. Tell us something.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so
I
much.
think I'll answer that question first before I go to the Liberty Party.
Of course.
This question is more important.
Yeah.
Look, since this is a private initiative. It's 100% private. We did a study, and we realized that we have huge deposit of swampland, and after 3 weeks, we identified 1,600 acres of swampland, and all of the people are 100% ready to go and make the farm. So what we decided to do, to start, we put in for the equipment, and we got a partner now who is going to bring in the rice mill, high quality digital computerized rice milling machine, and that will be right here. And then the people in 2 weeks, they're going to start the farm in 2 weeks. And then we'll give them all of the tools they need. We'll give them everything they need, and we'll work with them. And our hope is for them to do it twice a year, because the rice is 4 months. So it's 100%, and we would appreciate people, and we'll do that. We'll open shares. We'll open the share to people everywhere. Once you're in Liberia, we'll let you get whatever share you want to buy, so that we can increase this, we can extend it out of District 7, we can extend it out of Nimba, and we can feed ourselves. When I got the report, and I realized that I am able to produce 120,000 bags of rice in the district, I couldn't believe it. That is $2 million worth of rice in the district. I was shocked. So right now, I'm up and running on my way back to Monrovia to finalize with the partners so that we can get the rice here. And everybody, we're having a big program in 2 weeks, and we'll be launching the Green Revolution. And the farmers will come at that program and collect their goods, all of their everything they need for the farming. They'll come and collect everything that day. And everything will be live. And then we'll work with them. All the rice seed, we started this project last year. So we got enough rice seed now to go around, because we made farm last year that gave us sufficient rice seed. So we're ready to go around. So this is very important. In this small way, if this district stop buying rice, that will remove just a little bit of pressure on the Liberian dollar. The old people will have small money to put in that pocket. We'll feed ourselves right here. And we'll use the cassava to also raise money for other activity in the world. So we're going. On the Liberty Party, like I said, the young man who spoke, he doesn't know what he's talking. If he believes that that's the way to go, then if they are so entrenched into it, and that he believes that it's a Basa party, so that means if you register any other party, the Basa will follow you. So why you can't go register your own party and go on? Sometimes I think 5-10 years ago, Prince Johnson had a party here, and the people went and took it from him and expelled him from that party. He said, "But you just got the party, you're not getting people. You want to register MDR, and that other party died natural death because the people follow him." So if that's what you think, but to sit down and spew this thing, and I repeat, I really, really believe that we have a chance for reconciliation. I think that flyer you showed me is going to inflame everything. I don't think that they should do it. If they go ahead with that flyer, our position will be completely obliterated. And we'll just focus on working with the opposition to build our party, to build. Councillor Bronski himself realized that we have lost our base in Basa. When we lost all the seats in 2017, and even to elect Senator Kanga Lawrence, we had to join other parties, and we could barely win just about 2,000 votes. Unity Party was there, ANC was there, ALP was there, and the Liberty Party before we could join. And that doesn't look like a place where you have super majority of people where, you know, whether you like it or not, the people support you. So I don't see it that way. I know and I've heard that Senator Kanga Lawrence has presidential ambition. And I've said to all of the people across the table that I don't have, therefore there's no fight there. Let's reconcile the party, and then if that's what it would take so that we can support her presidential ambition, we'll do it together as a party. Let's not take the party back to where it was. We have a chance to bring peace, but that is not weakness. And if anybody thinks that is weakness, opposition is gearing up already. I've had several meetings this week. I'm having a meeting next week. The only thing I told them is that Liberty Party is an opposition party, and therefore it will not be taken as a bag carrier of the Unity Party. I will not accept that. So at the end of the day, it's left to Senator Lawrence to make sure that we get together to make peace, and we're here. But if she cannot sit down with the Martin Kola, the Wadi Power, the Charlene Bromsky, the Elder Jala, the Yogi, the Rugi Barry, just like I have sat down with Jacob Smith, with Daniel Sano, with Agashos, with everybody that you can think of, with Senator Dillon, just as I have done that. If she cannot do that so that it can enable us to come on the table, it's not. What do we have to? That did not happen 3 years ago. It's not going to happen again. There's not going to be a fight. Anything they want to go do, they can go do it. We are here.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much, Joe. Because of the breaking news you brought for the land and the farming and the stuff, somebody asked me to ask you, they want to move in a district. Can you get in land there? Get in land. Yes. If anybody want to leave America here to go to move to your district.
People, what I'm doing, the plan that this guy brought for me, once in about 45 to 60 days, the plant will be ready to ship. Once the plant arrives in Liberia, we will begin to, we're not buying land for anybody. When you get the land, just show the land to us. We'll level it for you. We'll bring equipment. So it's not manual farming, it's mechanized. Wow. The cassava will be
the Western way of farming like they do in California.
Yeah, that's
what California is one of the
exactly. We expect me to get in farm business there. I got people doing like that. No. We're gonna have a machine that will be planting the cassava. We're gonna have a machine that will be moving the cassava. Everything will be mechanized. We have secured all of these things already, and we are ready. Let people be. So when I come on the weekend here, no noise. I do it my way. I get more gas. And I'm going more fire. Anything they do, I'm ready to fight. When I'm finished with the fighting Thursday evening, I come back here. Don't forget about your constituency. Don't forget about your people. If you want to be a lot, that's why you got senators in America that be 30 years for them because they never forget about their people. So anything you do to Mozambique.
The person's name is Samuel Quinn. Samuel Quinn say
Samuel Quinn want to come now. Yeah. Any size of land she wants, she will get it. No.
I know.
No.
Samuel Quinn, I think he's listening. So
the
chairman say if you come right now, you get whatever you want.
Yes. And we're doing rice, We're doing cassava right now. We're going to stick to those two. We got a bakery coming up, and we got Maggie Q factory coming up. So we're going to industrialize this county. Is that magic? If I can build a petroleum terminal worth $35 million in Monrovia, Monrovia County, that is not my county, that $5-10 million investment I'm able to do, give to people who give me political power, a big year.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I think Steve, what's going on?
The bag of rice is the 50 kg, which is a 100 pound. It's a 50 kg. When I say 120.
So Chairman, quickly, before you leave us, so you say all the Kuhutin and bag of rice from what we're hearing between $20 and $24. How much you'll be selling it? $26?
Count the farm.
No, you'll be selling it. One know how much you'll be selling?
Oh, our rice?
Yeah. You got prices right now at 20 to 24.
No, it's different. That we got two ways to do it. When we make the rice, we and the people make the rice. We'll take 50%. We'll store it. Then we'll give the people 25% to go eat it. Then the 25% will buy it from them. They can get that money. That's how we're doing it. The other one now, like you're with the foreigner then from our country, we'll be issuing visa for people to come in this country. Then you can't buy a right.
The Republic of District Number 7.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want right. That is book at it. You know, so we the farmers, when the right price go, you go for our business. We'll make more business. You know what make fun? Your country got all this vegetation. Then you sitting down there crying over $17, $20. Let it go $50. We'll be happy. Because once we're making fun, our value will go up.
Yeah.
Our value will go. Yeah.
As far as you're concerned, the price not going to go up for your district. So that's it. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much.
And by the way, we are going to produce all the varieties, not just the regular Liberian rice. We are bringing different varieties to make. So you will have different farms producing different kind of rice, of course, for different prices. So we are about to commercialize our politics and make sure that the people actually benefit. The God has given us a natural resources that is more than oil and gas, but we have not used it, and we are about to use it. And he's going to see what's going to happen to this place.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know. We would like to have you again so we can I'm interested in this whole farming thing.
The whole cooperative, the whole new idea. Yeah, you got to come and really lay it out.
And I believe many Liberia will be actually happy and they want to work with you. It's a good thing. Nobody actually run away from good things. But thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. A big thank you to Truth FM for keeping us on forever. We really appreciate it. So we're gonna call it a day more.
Yeah, indeed.
Do you have anything to say before we leave? Because we're about to leave now.
No, not much to say. I think the chairman said it out, and our commitment as well. I mean, that breaking news was a necessary breaking news.
Yeah.
It just reinforced the point we keep making on this show. You come to SKTV, there are a lot of things here.
I didn't even know the chairman said that.
Yeah, he said it before you go on the show.
Right?
Because Steve King was breaking news, and the chairman King was breaking news.
SKTV 2 is behind.
Yeah, but we'll leave it today. Yeah. We'll leave it for today. I think it was a great show. We did our part.
Is there Jim say breaking news, counter breaking news.
Yeah, that was real counter breaking
news. Breaking news hard. Steve the one that put in all the problems.
Yeah, Steve broke the news. The chairman said, "Oh yeah, you won't put me on the bus, but then let me break your news too."
You're behind. And what did he say about that? Steve said, no.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, so this guy here, Kruma Alhaji, who So
Oh, the news say Liberty Party that Bazapo party.
Yeah, what we say is
just you live in this great country. You say get that kind of a
and the irony about that, he was speaking. I'm not sure whether he's a boss or man. The last time he called, he said he was Elijah Kroman's nephew or cousin, whatever that was. I don't know whether maybe he's the mother, maybe he's the Basa Mandingo.
He's supposed to be the one extending the party, but he want to limit the Basa people, and you're not Basa men, right?
But the message one count on the show too. I don't know y'all count.
Oh yeah, even got
it. So get to Steve, Mr. Alaji. Send message to Steve so they will find time to bring you on. We invite everybody, but if you want to come here to have a conversation while Martin Kula is on too, can do that.
Yeah, like, I want Martin to be here because Martin is more
knowledgeable
about Liberty Party, and like he said, he been there from the days of Brunskin, and Martin even debunks some of the point he made in terms of losing seat that it never started from Chairman ability. So I would like for Martin to be here as well when Mr. Alaji.
So Martin going to be on Tuesday. So Mr. Alaji, if you are available on Tuesday, let us know.
You can come too.
Then we'll bring you on so you can share the platform with Martin.
Yeah,
or to have a conversation with Lebron people.
Give you the benefit of the doubt. Our audience got to get the benefit of the doubt. You already finished picking a side that the chairman should resign. That you guys, you're the boss of people. You own the party. You are one of the organizers in America. It means you are causing more rift and division in the party than trying to expand the party. So, since Martin is more knowledgeable about the inner working of the party, it would be better for both of you guys to be here.
Martin is the Secretary General of the party.
Yep.
So yes, Melbourne, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We are about to leave now. And we really, really appreciate the extra mile, going extra mile. That's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens when you got a big man here.
Yeah.
A lot of rules are breaking. But yeah, it is what it is.
That's what it is.
It is to the benefit of our people and SKTV. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
When the chairman come back, the chairman said, "That's not that Boga go to District 7 in Nimaka and going to South Korea because
there are a lot of innovation and potential in District 7.
In District 7, with partners and everybody willing to go. And our president.
Yeah, man, and I feel we gotta be having maybe SKTV branch there also. We gotta find maybe one a lot or something. Yeah.
No, we don't need our SKTV. We need to buy a share in the. in the so that way,
so that value go with profit at the whole commercialization there. We buy our share.
Yeah. Right. So that's it. Thanks to all of you. Indeed, it was very, very wonderful. And like you said, maybe for now, the Wednesday, I think the management will come on. Maybe O'Neill or like one of them will come on. Speak to some of the various situations.
Monday they can come tomorrow. They can come on Thursday.
All right.
Or Wednesday. Just that Tuesday now we booked Tuesday for Martin. So they can come. You can come tomorrow. You can come Wednesday or any time after that.
All right, no problem. Even though tomorrow is the birthday of the CEO, or would like it. You said?
Late birthday is tomorrow, right?
Yes, indeed.
So remind me tomorrow.
All right, boss. All right.
We gotta make sure we party here tomorrow for life capability, and make his birthday, delightful. Well, thank you so much, Mabel, and thank you, Monk.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much. Good night.